Okay, time for the look around. There. 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 I just gotta see the door for me because I got to find the world's on fire. That's gonna suck. Summon the Gremlin Watchers. What else? What else? Right, streams on the channel. There. And now the post on the site formerly known as Twitter. Brave the depths of the hell site, young ghosts. Face the demons with blade in hand, and you shall emerge victorious. Hello, Mon. I am going to throw you out a window. do not come into my chat and post the fucking Vaporeon copy paste stuff.
So,
I will legitimately throw you out a window, feet first.
Until I say you can go.
Anyways, when is it? Okay, 15, 2 days from now. So the next patch is coming out really damn soon for PGR. And this is... You're too short to toss me out a window. I won't be too short after I take a baseball bat to your knees. Anyways, back on topic. So, next patch starts in 3 days. 2 days. And it's a patch I've been looking forward to for a pretty damn long time. The character that's being released during this patch is a S-rank. Alyssa, she's a amplifier construct. She's the physical amplifier. Which means she goes on the alpha, which means I'm going to be you building her and throwing her onto the alpha team. Make Alpha and Rosetta do even more damage. I've also finished fully upgrading Alpha's leaps as well. I'll show those off in a moment. But yeah, that's definitely up that I'm super excited for. And I think she's going to be free. I've heard she's going to be free. I'm not too sure about that. I'll need to double check. Or I guess we can find out. You guys can find out when next time I stream this, because I'll probably have her by then if she's free. Besides that, hey Azana, just doing a quick little chatting about the next update. It is we're getting the physical amplifier, which means a new character for the alpha team. Which means my girl does more damage. Alyssa, as she's called, is a bow-using construct, which means she's going to be using the same kind of weapon category as what the fuck is her name again? Bianca, as Bianca's first 2 frames. Hi, Kara. Glad you can make it. Yeah, Alyssa, the next coming character, uses a bow. She's a physical amplifier, which means she's going to be cracking my physical team's damage through the roof. And she has a stand. That's her gimmick. Her gimmick is she has a fucking stand. I'm not joking. That's her gimmick. Her gimmick is she has a fucking stand. I want her. I hope she's free like I've heard she's going to be. Anyways, how is the cutest kneecap collector? A bit rattled by stuff I'm not going to talk about on stream. Good news, however, I have started voice training stuff yesterday. Right now I'm just mostly I've just been, voice training. I started it yesterday. Right now I'm just in the, phase where I'm figuring out where all the muscles are and the, resonance or whatever the hell it is, where your voice comes out of, I think it's what it technically is. Or that is. it's still a bit of a workout for the throat, so I might need to take a cough drop or two during the stream today.
I'll show your constructs how it's done.
Probably won't. I'm not going to get instant results out of it, probably, but it's more results over time. It's more a week thing. And honestly, I'd like to get my voice to a point where where listening to recordings of me stream doesn't make me die internally anymore. Anyways, we're gonna be wrapping up my weeklies in the Phantom Pain Cage before we get to the story content. So let's get to kicking some ass.
Fall.
Shit.
Can you keep up?
The beach there was not actually a beach. That was the guild house for the guild I'm in.
Look into my eye.
God damn it, missed.
And fall into the abyss.
Either wait till he staggers or unleash the blade well. Stop dodging. Oh!
The flames of
Shit!
the abyss
Fuck, I wasted the ult.
will end it all.
The ult does some.
Lose yourself in the
Anyways, Alpha's blade will is now triggered Q2Es, which is nice.
fall.
Which is nice. Meaning I can just get stupid damage output from her doing that.
Tell me your target.
I keep whiffing my attacks today.
Look into my eye.
Doesn't help this bastard look fast. Out. Stop bonking me. Stop bonking me. I am the one who bonks, not you.
The flames of the abyss will end it all.
Die.
Pain is nothing to me.
Stop bonking me. Acting cute and valid. Thank you, Kara. Thank you. Oh, stop bonking me, you fucking asshole. There we go. Just melt already, you mutilated cute mascot. Die already. Yeah, I couldn't have flushed you this person away. I am unfortunately built different.
Fall into the abyss.
I am unfortunately built different.
Tell me your target. Come at me.
Die. God damn it, stop dodging my laser beams. Let the Zeta Sphere absolve you, fuckface.
Look into my eye. And fall. Lose yourself in the abyss.
There we go. Dead. Yeah, sorry, Kara. I'm just built different. That was not a good showing in the Phantom Pain Cage. I am a bit. I think I might be. I'm still adjusting to working alphas and new moves into into my playstyle of her. Speaking of said new moves, let's take a break from the Phantom Pain Cage for a second to just briefly show off what Alpha's maximum leap does. So, Crimson Flow. Every time she does a free ping, she gets Sword Heart. Once she has Sword Heart, I can hold a basic attack to consume a stack and cast Reverse Flash, which deals 300% to her attack and physical damage. Casting it outside of Blade Will gives me an orb and rearranges all orbs in free ping order. Level 9 of my blue orb buffs lasts for 10 seconds. Reverse Flash does more damage. Crimson Scabbard increases damage for 8 seconds. Yellow orbs also trigger Crimson Scabbard, meaning all my orbs buff Alpha. All of them buff her now. Meaning I really should use her moves more, I think. Challenge accepted then. Good luck, you're gonna need it. But yeah, I might need to get. I might need to stop being so orb sparse with Crimson Abyss now. I might need to get used to adjusting my playstyle for that. Will Banada, well in Blade will stay her shoot out a bunch of sword beams mode. Doing the same thing to cast Reverse Flash. You can cast Reverse Flash. Doing so will cause a red glow to appear. Release basic attack when that glow is there to consume the remaining stacks. Cast Seething Slash and do bonus damage that makes you invincible. Level 9 means all my Q2Es go off during Blade Will, which is extremely nice, and also gives me more signature energy, which is also very nice. Seething Slash does more damage at level 18. Crimson Will gets a new passive. Exiting Blade Will state gives you 2 additional blue orbs instead of 2 random ones, and I get more signature energy when Alpha is first deployed. All of which is very good because Alpha's last sleep upgrade, Abyssal Slash Treadstorm here, upgrades how her ult works. Once he's in the Blade Will state, press and hold basic attack after attaching signature move to consume 2 stacks of Sword Heart and continuously consume Blade Will orbs. When safing during his signature move, cast Wave Blast, during which 350% deals 350% physical damage. Each Blade Will orb ping will increase the base damage of Wave Blast by 50%. But wait, level 9 makes that buff into 100% instead. 18 makes you eat orbs faster, and Abyssal Echo, which is the blue orb buff, increases physical damage by 30%. All in all, just nice spattering of buffs to give her a bit more firepower, a bit more versatility, ability to hit crowds a bit better, and also buffs her ult, which has been for a long time the weakest part of her kit. All in all, pretty good leap. I still need to finish building Rosetta's leap, though. I hate having to use money in this game. Anyways, back to topic. So, not real money. I mean game money. Anyways, so give me that. So back to the Phantom Pancake reload. Here we go. Murdered Stark Spear. This is Frost. Okay, that means pluming. I just love the idea that Alpha just moved into a random beachfront house and dared anyone to remove her as a Blade Gremlin. I mean, she would. I mean, if she could, she would just pick up Luna, walk over to find a nice spot to settle down, kick out everyone who disagrees, and settle down there. She would just do that if she could.
Understood. I'll lead the others just like before.
I still need to finish building Punchy Boy. And I need to get Aya and him good weapons as well as my fire team good weapons. Plume's current sword is not her best sword, but it's workable. Hello, Robopoke. Prepare to get stabbed. Exactly.
Is this all
Ow.
I have? Out of the way! What is extra the genius? Take this!
Die.
Take this, extra the genius! What is fun? Extra blue!
And go down 27 to 26 because
Express yourself! Unleash creativity! What is fun? Behold, the world of imagination!
I want to get it right in there. Ow! Pain.
Canvas is ready! Take a picture in these new colors!
Come on, die.
Raven Flash! Out of the what is Stroke of genius! Take this!
Shit that man.
Raven Flash!
That didn't. Come on, Bloom, do your best. Ow, pain.
Take this! What is Bloom? Be my blade!
Bloom, be my blade. Come on, 17 to 15. Hell yeah.
Express yourself! Unleash creativity! Haha!
Need to get better at dodging this fast if you just trick to dodge.
Behold, I shall pave a path! Yes! What is fun?
Out, lightning bolts.
Yes, your special phase attack is ready. Special phase attack. Signature in these new colors.
It is something Alpha would do.
Commandant, your orders, please.
Please give. There we go, Matrix.
Astro the genius. Out of the way. Draven flash.
There we go. Yeah, Bloom's damage output is fucking ridiculous. You know, I've had the ZZZ start made rotting my brain. Understandable. If they considering getting into ZZZ because the combat looks really damn fun, and also I've seen pics of what looks like ZZZ Dragon Girl Tiana, and that is very interesting. Anyways, yeah, Plume's damage output is kind of fucking crazy if you know how to use her. She's just not my main. I still need to finish super building her. I'll get into that in a second. But and I need to finish building her team, getting used to her. But
And as the leader.
But yeah, Plume's damage output is kind of insane for how old she is. For how old she is as a frame. I'm pretty sure as a frame. I still don't think we have a meta. We have a ice attacker to replace her yet in the meta. I still don't think we've had one to replace her yet. She was the very first one. Meta ice attacker. Come on, Heterogoya Queen. This is gonna be the final time you're.
Punishment.
Die. Okay, face two. We need to hit. We need to hit the wings. We need to hit the wings. We need to hit out. We need to hit the wings to shred them and stagger the creature. There we go. Ultimate to the face. Stop hitting me. You are not supposed to hit me. Ah, I am getting rusty. There we go, dead. Ah, that was sloppy.
This is the power
that was sloppy. That was sloppy. Oh well, can't change the past. $32%. I'll take it. I'll take it. Anyways, I mentioned. Is there a reason the graphics look like ash? I didn't touch the graphics. They should not be looking. They shouldn't be looking any different than they normally do. I'm not noticing any difference. Might be something on your end, Sesh. Yeah, I mentioned super building. Let me pull up Alpha because she's the only character I have that's fully well, she's not technically fully super built. She's the most super built I have though. So on the memories, you can see these little blue stars. These are from resonating the memories to get more bonuses. Once you resonate a memory, you can then hypertune it to further buff them. And then once you've done that, you can do a challenge mode to buff them even further. It's a lot of fucking work. I really work, and I'm going to need to do a lot of building, but I want to just get my teams to the point I don't need to be normal building anything before I get super deep into that. I just did it to Alpha because I'm a fucking nerd. Anyways, what was I talking about again? Right. So. Yeah, graphics shouldn't look like ass, so let me pull up the settings. Graphics are high. Let's try this.
What are you expecting from me?
I'm gonna give the just going by for this. Right, Coast's ISP is a shitter. I have 3 bars of internet right now. I don't know what you're talking about. The game looks fine to me. And according to looks fine on OBS too. Annoying.
Being in contact with...
It is what it is. I should totally play fucking Ruin at some point on stream. That'd be fucking hilarious. Anyways, right. So I'm going to test, make sure the graphics aren't being a shitter. I'm going to pull up a random fight from the Phantom Pain Cage's Outlier Zone, and we're going to let's beat the shit out of Amberia because Crimson Wave kind of just deletes her in 5 seconds.
Watch my movements.
But yeah. Speaking of things, tomorrow's stream will be a coach's choice. I'm not sure what that's going to be yet.
Life and death are but a moment apart.
The thunder shatters. So be my flame.
God damn it, fuck that up.
Sense of my prayer.
Ice people. Yeah. So do the graphics actually look shit? Shitsuki? Because if so, I'm gonna have to deal with that.
Life and death are but a moment apart.
The thunder shatters. So be my flame. Has the hunt begun? I will sever this prison of fate.
Pixely artifact is below res. Give me a second, I'll see what I can do. Out, wrong area.
The thunder shatters. So be my flame.
Life and death. Now you're on the other side of the line.
Give me a second, I'll see what I can do. But yeah, as I can see, as you just see, Crimson Weave Alpha kinda nukes Amberia. She just gets obliterated. It is extremely funny. But yeah, let me turn down the settings. Let me fuck the settings, see if I can help on that. I might just making it less of a problem. Give me a second. Let's try this. Let's try to see if this helps. Oh, that gives me bonus ones. That gives me more, little fucker. God damn it. Oh god damn it, I wasted those. Fuck. I'll figure out what to do with you later then, you little shit. I might just give you the alpha. Might just give you the alpha because he kinda needs one. He needs a cub. I'll deal with this later. Anyways, back on topic, so. Internet troubles I'd be doing it. And there's so. I was talking about tomorrow's stream before I got sidetracked. I'm thinking. Before we do, not sure if I want to do the hidden story first or the or Chrome's interlude. It's pointing towards Chrome's interlude first, so I might do that first. But yeah, I'm thinking tomorrow's stream is going to be either Wuthering Waves more Dragon Quarter, or I can do, or more modded Minecraft, because I'm really enjoying the Escape and Run pack. I'm really enjoying playing that. So, looking for Luna. Rusty Bridge extends out into the distance, its upper end enveloped by the fog. Even though she cannot see it, Alpha knows where the bridge leads. Oh, this is an Alpha focused arc. My girl. We'll do Chrome's interlude first, then. Tiny Chrome. Banquet. All you can see is a charade, its foundations crumbling in at any second. Same background used for Liv's rich asshole family. Stepping back into the Smith estate, Chrome feels an odd sense of nostalgia. He's never returned home with the sensation in the past. Since becoming a construct, his home has been the lounge he shares with Strikehawk. His communications with John have mostly been done through his comms. Mon, I have not beaten Vanilla Terraria yet. I am not doing Calamity. Even if I do want to. The furniture in the estate looks identical to how it was when he left. Even the bases and frame paintings have not moved an inch. It is as if his home and the person living in it have frozen in time together, a fittingly cold and different house. Service file R2. Facial scan is completed. Confirming identity. Identity confirmed. Construct Chrome. Welcome back. Right, I'm back. Mr. Smith is waiting for you in the study. Understood. Thank you. He smiles at the robot, and before he leaves for the study, he lays his hand on the top of its dome-shaped head, gently giving it a pat. Aww. Speaking of stuff, I do think you'd actually enjoy watching my Parasite stream on, because I panic a lot during those. It's probably fucking hilarious. Last stream, I panicked like a fucking little bitch because I got ambushed by like 3 assimilated Endermen, and they were circling my base looking for me because of my stealth mod. It was terrifying. Mr. Smith, I've heard about the specialized frame from Nicola. The risk it poses is still too difficult to gauge, and it comes with complicated baggage. I think it's best for you to put your attention elsewhere before the technology is mature. Stop getting sidetracked and learn to identify what is worthwhile, like how I taught you. I'm actually here to talk about this. I've decided to take part in a specialized frame experiment. You don't want to stay as the construct captain of a scout team forever, do you? You don't want to stay as a construct captain of a scout team forever, do you? You're my son. You'll enter the administration eventually, so you have to start preparing for the day when you stop being a construct and become someone that actually matters. Can the construct process even be reversed? Is that even a thing you can do? Or is he referring to more political terms? Chrome looks down and swipes his hand over the table when a holographic projection of a chessboard appears above it. Pardon me, Mr. Smith. Would you like to play a game of chess with me? What is this? I don't think you've seen me fight on the field, have you? If you're talking about those pointless missions, I'm too busy to read those reports. I only care about the results. I already played you in the past, remember? Twice we have played, and twice you have lost. I have been practicing and improving since then, but you haven't given me another chance to prove myself. I don't like wasting my time. What if I say that this is the first game between us? What do you mean? You're no longer playing Lanston, you'll be playing Chrome. I want to tell you how I think, and if I can, what I've been thinking. Many questions you have for me will also be answered by this game. I hope you won't be embarrassing yourself. Chrome nods in courtesy before gesturing for John to be the white player and make the first move. John thinks for a second before issuing his command. Pawn e2 to e4. Direction of the chess piece advances on the board. Yes, this is how we started the first time we played. Pawn e7 to e5. So you still remember. I remember every game we played. Staring at Chrome, John issues another command. Chrome stares back and responds in a relaxed manner. Black pawn moves to d6, forming a line of defense. You have been playing the exact same moves before. So have you. I thought you would change. The way you want me to? It's not the time yet. It's an opulent display. People in lab's clothes walking between tables laden with the finest food and the freshest flowers. Their chatters and stale laughter bouncing the room, reverberating in his audio system. As if a reenactment of a time long past, this place looks just like a feast of the Golden Age. While many are fighting for their lives on the front line, some are here at the topmost level of Eden, living luxuriously, no different from how they did on Earth. Some people go to hell, while others go to heaven. The dissonance makes the young man frown. He should not be here. The smell of gunpowder burning in the barrels, the feeling of the mud in the trenches, the pain of his skin tearing when engaging an enemy. That is the life he knows now. Instead, he is wearing a suit that does not match his taste and standing in an indulgent hotel back ballroom coated in gold, holding a glass of wine someone handed him. He is a construct. He does not eat or drink. Fucking fly, get him. But yeah, Mon, I do think you should chime into mine in Parasite streams. You get to see some really funny moments when I play that mod pack. Langston. His wandering thoughts return, and he finds John Smith looking at him. My apologies, Mr. Smith. Follow me. John does not scold him for spacing out. He just leads Chrome into the crowd. Chrome stares at John's back before leaving the wine glass on the table and catching up. They are a Babylonian officer and councilman. They are a Babylonian officer and councilman. They've been hoping to meet you. Two middle-aged men nod at John in appreciation before turning their attention to Chrome. Langston Smith, I've heard a lot about you. Leading an elite team to help destroy 20 free corrupted clusters, taking back 5 major bases, being a decorated soldier and a chief from the FOS Military Command College. I expect nothing less from the son of John Smith. I'm sure it comforts you to know that you have a worthy successor, Mr. Smith. You're too kind. There's still much I need to learn. Humility is a virtue, the one rarely found on a Smith, I must admit. The officer laughs as he claps Chrome on the shoulder, his gaze slightly drifting with a hint of hesitation. I was curious how the Smith boy would turn out to be. I wasn't expecting that he actually went and turned into a construct. A construct. I guess that's the end of him getting any real power. I suppose this is the end of the line for the Smiths. What else can he do? Gamble his legacy on a construct? Well, it looks like the upper class are bastards to constructs. Snorts. I'm not surprised. The constructs are just puppets without a human. You really are stupid. Do you see? As remarkable as you may be, what you can attain as a construct is limited. You've always been a smart boy. You should know what I'm talking about. The war will be over one day. Have you thought about what awaits the constructs once their duty is fulfilled? Oh hey, the thing Roland tried to use to break Grey Raven! I really hope Kuro doesn't go. I really wonder. Kuro is still going to make that an arc once the war is over. I know it. I've always taught you to look into the future while watching the present. I mean, Mr. Smith, the technology's not going away. You can't dumpster that. After the war, who knows what? You should be thinking about what happens afterward. Smith think of Rivers and everyone else. That is how we survived and thrived until now through all kinds of calamities. We do not care about bloodlines. What we care about is the legacy of our name. So, human or construct, you are the successor of John Smith. That will never change. All you have to do is move forward and complete your task flawlessly. Show me what your future is. You've picked the path of a construct. It means you have to work for it even harder. It means you'll find even more difficulties and hard decisions ahead of you. Nicola mentioned your performance outside City 75. Lowest construct casualties, highest threat removal rate, all under your lead. You even managed to update Babylonia on the right tide despite the signal interference. In the mission before that, you've completed them all perfectly. Irreproachable. But do these small victories satisfy you? I was simply doing my job as a construct. My current teammates. Have you become that gullible after knowing those constructs? John looks at the busy, bustling ballroom in the background and continues. This is the real world, Chrome. Past or present, power is the only thing that matters. And would you not say, John, that there is power in the constructs? A construct does not need to eat, they do not need to drink, they do not need to sleep. Except for perhaps psychological reasons. They are stronger, they are faster, they can wield better weapons, they can perform greater feats. Once the Junie's bottle of transhumanism has been opened, Smith, it cannot be closed. So who are you to say that this is not a path to power? During the Great Evacuation, the most invaluable supply ships and the most exceptional soldiers were used to transport meaningless junk. Simply because those junk belonged to people with power. Do you find it ridiculous? But if it weren't for the sponsorship of those people in power, constructs wouldn't have been created and Babylonia wouldn't even lift off. There is no era where you can ignore the profits power brings. You should understand what to abandon by now, and what duty you should have accepted long ago. Enough of playing house, time to get back on track. With that, John leaves Crone and walks away. What a dick. Abandon your past, you have no need of it anymore. His father left him with the same parting silhouette as back then. What happens you win? Truly, I have not thought about that. Someone has asked him a similar question, he thinks. This is what he answered. Will Kame really do as he said and go play all the games he's interested in, even trying to make a living out of it? Regardless of his plans, once he will finally get to take a good rest without getting dragged into a mission from his sleeping pod in the middle of the sleep. Kids love him. Maybe he can return to his old apartment and continue his career before the war. He was so good at it. From Chrome's perspective, they all come with infinite possibilities. But will the future after they win turn out as perfect as they imagine? Faces of the powerful elites float to the top of Chrome's mind once more. Break his skull. I don't think Chrome is going to murder his adoptive father, sis. I'm sorry to say. The real world, is it? All he can see is a charade, its foundation crumbling at any second. That is not the world I'm living in. He quickly scans the rooms and soon notices something strange and concerning among the crowds. Layout, Martyr's Path, Chess Player Stratagem. In that case, we can finally move on to the next stage of the specialized project. Black Knight moves to c6. White pawn advances 1 square to c2. Bishop c8 to g4. Your intention to attack is obvious. You used to be less aggressive. Those sharp edges of yours will make you a target. All you did was expose this area for me to attack. Haven't I taught you to lay low and wait for the right opportunity to strike? The White Queen moves to b free with John's command, her threat plain as day. Unless I am equipped to handle what happens next. I, too, am capable of noticing the possible traps. Perhaps, perhaps not. From the sound of it, he is good at leading Strike Hawk, so I will hold my judgment until we are done the interlude in its entirety. I too am capable of noticing the possible traps. Chrome signals the Black Queen to move to d6, protecting the pawn on f7. You might think I show my weaknesses, but my position might not be as penetrable as you thought. Where's Aismov? Why isn't he here? Didn't we invite him specifically? Lol, Lamau. I imagine Aismov is too busy to deal with this petty bullshit. The man's got science to do. I heard he's working on something about a specialized frame. Probably too busy for this. When was the last time you saw him at a place like this anyways? Touché. The Science Council is paying a lot of attention to his little project. It could turn out to be something important. For up to Nicola, he would have invented all kinds of terrifying weapons. If we don't keep him in check... Sure, better weapons mean a better chance to reclaim Earth. But to them, something uncontrollable is hardly worth the trouble. I heard some councilmen rejecting a bill. Proposed a bill to increase our hold on the constructs, but President Hassan rejected it on humanitarian grounds. On one hand, that's ominous as fuck. On the other hand, good for you, Hassan. Good for you, boss man. Humanitarian grounds. Honestly, do they still count as humans? Disgraceful bastards, the lot of you. People are dying on their Earth, fighting for the chance to save lives, save people, save the Earth from the punching virus, and what do? You dance around in your fancy galas, eating your fancy food, drinking your fancy drinks, and ruining your fancy clothes, smearing your noses down at everyone who actually gives a damn and tries something. I hope you all die. Honestly, do they still count as humans? Wasn't the bill proposed that incident? The way that construct lost control. Ah, you stupid fucking idiots. From Ravage's behavior during Alpha's backstory, we can come to in the mentions of mental corruption brought up earlier as part of the whole throwing me into a medical lockup. We can propose that the punishing virus can negatively affect the mental states of even flesh and blood humans. All constructs are on that front is, how do I put this? Tough enough to survive past the point where the infection would kill a human. Humans are too fragile for the punishing virus to do anything to besides kill and drive crazy. Hence why commons are kept in like power armor and such. That construct lost control. I heard some civilians were hurt because of that. The chatter from the guest not far from him has caught Chrome's attention. He looks at them, his head tilted. The construct lost control? I didn't hear anything about that when I was in base. No construct has been punished for assault either. It's a severe problem if a human is attacked by a construct. Could someone be spreading this rumor intentionally? Excuse me? At this stage, exploiting a construct to push for one's agenda is a desperate last resort. Anyone in a position of power would be foolish to do something this self-sabotaging. And constructs are tough shit. Driving them crazy isn't fucking easy. The Punch virus has to do active mental bullshit on end. And even then, it takes a bit for him to succumb. It's just the common system is just to make them even fucking tougher. It's just to make them even tougher because you don't fuck around when mindfuckery is in play. On the other hand, Chrome understands constructs well enough to know that deviating minds in regular military constructs is nigh impossible in a place like Babylonia without external stimuli. I can't help but notice there's a lot of open flames in this room. I have noticed the exact same thing, Sess. I have noticed the exact same thing. Something is afoot. Thinking like he needs more information, Chrome proceeds to find John on the other end of the ballroom. Mr. Smith, there's something about that, Mr. John Smith. Councilman Tram wishes to talk to you about the project regarding restoring the central purification filter in City 089. I see. John turns and looks at Chrome. If you want any information, you need to look for it yourself. John follows the servant away and leaves Chrome after his parting words. As John walks away, something that Chrome has been ignoring becomes blatantly clear. Even when the humans on Babylonia know little to nothing about the process of becoming a construct, it is impossible that no one knows about his transformation due to who his father is. After all, there is nothing better to gossip than the rich and powerful screwing up. Shifting his back to the room, Chrome can feel gazes upon gazes fixated on him. They all dart away the moment he turns to look. He adjusts his audio module and listens in on the shout of the crowds. Look, isn't that... Why is there a construct here? Shush. Didn't you hear what Smith just said? It's still a sheep, so keep your voice down. But why dress like a human when he's already a construct? Constructs are people, you fucking dipshits. It's because of people like these making stupid choices with stupid choices for stupid gains. Gains that people who have the will to become ascendants would exist in the first place, I'd wager. Who can tell what the high and mighty thinks? Anyway, better stay away from him. Right, lest he lose it like the construct from earlier. Humans on Babylonia rarely come into contact with constructs. So where did their impressions of constructs come from? Someone's playing PR games. I ought to investigate. Chrome straightens his collar and heads towards the talking guests. With a polite smile, he salutes the embarrassed-looking crowd. Oh, what you just said, would you mind telling me more about it? Classified laboratory, be free, Babylonia. Footsteps approach from the empty, expansive hall outside. With a light ring of acknowledgement from the retinal scanner, the heavy doors to the laboratory slide open. The lights from the corridor outside illuminate the dark room. A young researcher is sitting between an array of glowing monitors, and he squints towards the door. Fuck you, Nicola! What's the result? Based on the previous test, Lucia has indeed retrieved all her memories. Her mind has been stable so far, with no sign of deviation. And her frame? She doesn't seem to have any problem using the plume frame either. The instability we saw before has greatly improved as well. As of now, the plume frame is more or less fully stabilized, fully realized, functioning the way I designed it to be. In that case, we can finally move on to the next stage of the specialized frame project. Is there a problem? The draft of the next specialized frame is just about complete with the data I've got from Plume. There are simply not enough samples and data on specialized frames for immediate reference. And unlike Plume, this new frame has no compatible data from an original source, i.e. an Ascendant. We will be facing many complications even when we are just trying to get someone to adapt to it. Researchers already hit a bottleneck if we want to move on to the next stage. Wouldn't it be a shame if one of them happens to flare out of control? Same. I need an exceptional construct of my stability way above average. I need to find someone who matches the criteria and is willing to volunteer. I'll leave it to you then. Huh, Nicola being reasonable for once. Martyrs. Even if we live to see the day that we win, then there won't be a future for us, will there? The game continues on the chessboard. The white knight maintains its advantage while the black pieces defend. C4 to F7. H6 takes F7. Queen B3 to B7. And now the black knight on C6 and the rook on A8. A8 are both threatened by the white queen. Chrome will have to sacrifice one of them. Black side has already lost 2 pawns and a knight. So, what will your choice be? Chrome concentrates on the board, knowing this is a challenge his father set up for him. If I can't come up with the best solution, I won't be able to convince him. I won't be able to convince myself. With that thought in mind, he reaches out to the chessboard. Holographic chessboard only requires voice inputs to push to move the pieces, but Chrome decides to stick with the projection of one. What is he about to do? Put the rook right in a dangerous position. The blue glow of the projected piece simmers between his fingers, and Chrome puts it down firmly on the board. Boom. The grenade from the corrupted lands less than 15 meters away from the base, sending shattered stone across the defense line. Watch your back! Keep your eyes open. Squad 1, pay attention to where the corrupted are. Don't let them cross the defense line. This is the last place we can stop them. Give me a moment. I need to hydrate. My throat's getting a little bit rough. There we go. This is the last place we can stop them. Following the captain's command, a few constructs rush forward and open a fire on the approaching corrupted. A white shadow suddenly flashes by with lightning, catapulting the corrupted away with a stroke of the scythe. Stay back! Squad 2, Captain, please take your team back to the CPS. You are Captain Chrome from Strikehawk. We've cleared the corrupted from C2 to C4. We're here to back you up. If we retreat now, the corrupted will take over the area. They won't. There are facilities from the post-pandemic age in this area. If we lure all the corrupted here, we can launch an EMP strike. But if you don't leave in time, the constructs will also get affected. How do you know about this? Retreat first. I'll cover you. Murder!
The one that advances wins.
Squad 2 is to play and needs to be able to withdraw quietly without too much engagement. Remaining corrupted must be destroyed here before the reinforcements come. Murder!
How do you feel about the results? Give it your best shot.
I love using sides in video games. They just look so fucking stylish.
Give it your best shot.
They just look so goddamn stylish.
Get behind me. Let's send it all. Get behind me.
Yeah, Scythe just looks so goddamn cool to use.
Give it your best shot.
Threat in this area has been eliminated. Squad 2, report your evacuation status and location. Our evac task implement communication signal is lost. Simulate the route based on terrain and the corrupted distribution. Narrow down the coordinates. That way? Capt, we've made contact with the squad near the dead zone. They're heading for the rendezvous in Zone C. Retreat route secured. Ready to receive the squad. Good job. Now we just need to make sure the squad 2 can meet with the retreating team. Based on what we arranged, they should have retreated by now. This is Colonel from Strikehawk. Squad 2, please respond. I'm at the rendezvous. How do I pronounce that? Give me a second. Give me a second. Rendezvous. It's rendezvous. I'm at the rendezvous. Please approach the target location ASAP. Forget it. I'm the only one left. Damn, you're fucked up. Squad 2 is down. I'm carrying out my commandant's last order. What order? I wasn't notified. Blow up the factory. To do so, I have to lure as many corrupted here as possible. Understood. You still have enough time to retreat after your clusters are primed. I'll meet you as we planned. That won't be necessary. This is the end of the line for me. What are you talking about? There's still time. This time I live. What about next time? Will I still be that lucky next time? You can't move because you're hurt. Just stay where you are. I'm coming to get you. Chrome, take a look around you. Look at the collapsed walls and ruins. Look at how breathing things are surviving on food and rusted cans and water and filthy pools. Fight all we want, but the virus is always a step ahead of us. I can feel it, Chrome. It's evolving. Evolving. Teammate from my last squad is still lying in the construct maintenance department. I haven't seen him step out of that room since he was wounded in our last mission. Sometimes I think I'll never get to see him again. Like how we'll never get to see the day we win this war. We will win. A bitter chuckle comes from the comms amidst the buzzing from signal interference. Even if we live to see the day we win, there won't be a future for us, will there? Do those humans on Babylonia know about all the sacrifices we've made here on the surface? Do they care? Formwell, the future of Earth lies on your shoulders. Bring home some medals, yeah? I'm sure your father will be pleased. You. To them, we're just tools. Even if our bodies are decimated by the corrupted, we can still fight as long as our minds are intact. We have to risk losing memories, forgetting why we fight, forgetting those we love. I became a contract because someone wanted me to, but it's been so long since I've seen that person. Have you not lost a teammate before? Don't you know how the big shots feel about those constructs who were heavily wounded or even sacrificed? What happened to the original squad, Mr. Smith? They're no longer deployable. Don't worry about that for now. The Science Council will handle it based on the circumstances. Can't they return to the battlefield? They'll return to where they belong. That's how the wars go. Surviving the war is already too much for us to wish for. What hopes do we have when it comes to living after it? Unintelligible mumbles come through his comms, the mourning of a person who can no longer move with the weight on his shoulders. I really am so very tired. This isn't a bad way to go. Almost there. Chrome knows that nothing he can say will comfort the construct on the other end. All he can do now is run as fast as he can towards the construct's direction. Sparks fly, his frame runs its maximum speed, the cooling system inside struggling to keep up with the heat it is generating. A single misstep now means a devastating fall. The cooling system is not enough, and my mobility just a little faster. It's an honor to talk to you in my last moments. I respect you. I've heard that you volunteered. I thought you were just another perfect facade the folks top grade to comfort us. But the things you've done have changed my mind. I respect it. You could have lived a comfortable life from Babylonia. If it were you, maybe. The contract's voice slowly fades, barely audible. I should be able to get there quickly from here. Now is not the time to be overcome by emotions. It has to act to prevent something like this from happening again. Chrome crashes into the factory, frantically searching for any ally signal in the area. Eventually, he finds the construct lying in the corner of an assembly workshop. Eyes closed, the construct is no longer conscious. His frame is still running in preservation mode. It's not too late. This is Chrome from Strikehawk. Target found. Repeat, target found. We're coming back. Good on you, Chrome. Good on you. Good on you, Proto Saberman. Path, I've made my choice. Standing before the door of the construct maintenance department, Chrome stares as the room lights up and he clutches his fist. Why did you come? I won't let my people die in front of me. We can't escape the fate of being abandoned. You might have saved me this time, but the humans will still throw me away in the future. Coast must commit hug. I will hug all the goddamn fucking constructs. I'll hug them all. I'll hug them all. They must be very warm to hug. Why wouldn't you just let me die there and then? I won't let that happen. Why? Because I'm an invaluable tool? Does it cost Babylonia too much to lose another one of us? You can see what the people in the maintenance department are like. Take a look at how they treat the wounded. Toasty Construct dies like 2B. I mean, 2B is playable in this game. She was an event character. They had a brief crossover event with Nier. Remember my team was a doctor there. He once said, "You matter because you are you." I saved you because you are you. That reason is more than enough. Never give up your life so easily, even when you are a construct. Doesn't matter what our bodies are made of, a life is priceless either way. I will not watch a teammate die, and I will not accept a future where constructs are tossed aside. Chrome is in fact based. I like him. I like Proto Saberman. He's cool. Cool. I just wish he was a little more oh, you meant Yoko Taro. Yoko Taro is also based. I really hope we get upgraded released as a Dragon Guard. That'd be nice. Anyways, I will not watch a teammate die, and I will not accept a future where constructs are tossed aside. Hey, you are a familiar face that only appeared from Chrome. His right arm secure in front of his chest. Squad 2, Captain. I can't believe you'd remember me. Noticing Chrome's gaze on his broken arm, the construct captain laughs and waves his functional hand around. Almost got my whole arm torn off. Luckily, I was a quick shot. As for this? Well, the maintenance department is packed to the brim right now, so I thought I'd just get a quick treatment until they're done being so busy. How about you? Why are you here? Chrome hesitates for a second before revealing the other construct attempted to sacrifice himself to complete the mission. Is that so? That guy's still in there. Thanks for saving him, Chrome. I hope he survives. That's not enough. Even if I manage to save a few constructs this time, this will still happen again and again. I don't come up with a real solution. I can save him from destruction, but not desperation. I can drag him away from Storm's corrupted, but I cannot lift him from the abyss. A real solution. You're quite incredible. Isn't it? You're quite incredible, I must say. Just the endless fighting is enough to tire me out. He wasn't always like this. He used to be quite easygoing with all his dirty jokes. But the squad he was in was completely wiped out in a scout mission. When Rescue Force arrived, he's about to jump into the red tide. Took them a lot of effort to keep from diving in, but still, he changed after that. No one knew what happened during that mission. It wasn't until his maintenance was over that he found out that the commandant from his original squad was promoted and transferred to another team. Go finds his chest aching as the construct captain explains. Abandoned, is it? Probably thought he wasn't useful anymore. We're just tools, those humans, after all. Perhaps there's nothing strange for them to throw us away when they're done with us. Fighting to reclaim Earth right now, I wonder how the humans will see us once our job is done and the war is over. Tools. It's not hard to understand why he'd lose the will to live, why he'd rather it all end back there. Does no one want to change this? The construct captain takes a look at the murmuring Chrome. Our squad was sent to cover the evacuation of a refugee camp under attack from the corrupted on a past mission. Something was wrong with our planned route, and we went through an area that filled with corrupted. We tried our best to take refugees to safety. We went for layers of corrupted to save the kids in the camp. I had to carry the children back to the safe zone against a hailstorm of bullets. When I put them down, one of them looked at me and cried. He yelled, "It's a monster!" I looked at my reflection in the river. That was when I found out that my whole body was scarred and burned from the attack, especially my face. Since the temperature of the shrapnel that hit it was too high, the artificial skin of half my face had melted. I suppose a human wouldn't even be able to stand. I stood in front of the child, looking like I'd be joining the corrupted at any moment. Realizing that, my mind deviated drastically. Then I got sent here. A very talented doctor. Doctor treated me. Trust me, doctors are hassles, whether you're a human or a construct. Very talented doctor treated me then. Not only took my delirious complaints seriously, he patiently comforted me. For a moment, I felt like I was treated as a human. It made me less desperate. It made me think that perhaps humans and constructs can understand each other. It shouldn't have been like that, shouldn't it? We were one and the same originally, weren't we? Humans will always fear the things they don't understand. They do that because they never understand what constructs are. Single slander on constructs can create panic among humans. How can I not notice that? What can we do then? Your constructs, we travel from battlefield to the maintenance department and back. We accept missions, then we complete them. The humans survive, those sitting on their thrones comfortably in Babylonia, barely have the chance to know us. Who's the time to consider the relationship between humans and constructs when we can barely survive and win this war against the punishing virus? The construct captain passes silent chrome on his shoulder. The doc is asking for me. I should get going. Don't get too obsessed, you. Joint operation is a success in the end. The factory overtaken by Crocs has been destroyed. The commandant in charge of the operation has been highly commended. The names of the wounded and dead constructs in battle have not even been mentioned. Chrome's monitor shows the news of a commandant getting a promotion, followed by a rousing, inspiring speech. He clutches his fist. I can save him from destruction, but not desperation. I can drag him away from storms and carpeted, but I cannot lift him from the abyss. Even after having chosen to become a construct, all I can do is follow the rules and complete the missions, earning praises, just like before. Humans stopped asking about your teammates' whereabouts after word from your father. Are you lost? Who are you? I'm you, silly. Are you afraid? You're afraid that you made the wrong decision. You're afraid that your choices will lead your team to their doom. Hello, Shadow Chrome. What the fuck are you doing for? I don't think it's time for Chrome to have his epic persona fight yet. I was thinking that should I eat some more apples then? Constructs don't need to eat, Mon. They don't eat apples. Because you never made any choice for yourself in the past. Every move you make them in other people's shadows. You're thinking that if only you were human, you'd be able to fight for the rights of your fellow men and lead them away from their inevitable end. As a mere construct and a squad captain, you have now power to sway those arrogant humans and their prejudices. I'll find a way. Resources you could get as Langston and the power he has gained as Chrome. Can they be the missing pieces of the solution? I will. Like a stone being dropped in the lake, his memories follow the ripples and hit him in waves. You've heard from the staff, haven't you? My name's John Smith, and I'll be your father starting today. Little boy. What is it? We should get going. I still have... The blonde young boy looks at his darker with his half-back briefcase on the table. Now on, your Langston Smith. Abandon your past. You have no need for it anymore, nor anything from it. No need of it? It doesn't matter who you were. What matters is who you'll become. I'll teach you how to identify what is worthwhile and what to abandon in the future. Random shadow soul laugh my fucking ass. I know, exactly! I was like, oh, hello, tiny shadow. Hello, tiny shadow Chrome. Why are you here? Chrome is not corrupted by the punching virus enough to trigger this. Also, random side tangent. Xana, consider this. Alpha and Lucia are each other's shadows. Consider that. They are each other's shadows. I'll teach you how to identify what is worthwhile and what to abandon in the future. Okay, Mr. Smith. Door closes, forever leaving his beloved storybook behind on the table. Smith. Why do I have to become a Smith, sir? Because you're the son of John Smith. You will become the perfect being and inherit everything of mine. What is a perfect being? That's the pursuit of every Smith. Once you become one of us, you will discover the answer to this question. You will search and you will be. Yes, that's all you have to say to that. Just yes to that. FOS Military Command College. Constructs, that's where you're going next. You should know the gist of constructs by now. They are the modified soldiers fighting on the surface. And you, Langston, will be the one who commands them. Are constructs heroes? What are you doing with those pointless words? Those masquerading titles serve no real purpose. Because the president said that constructs are a hopes and spark. Heroes is just a facade. If a leader needs the masses to sacrifice themselves, the glorified title is the best and cheapest tool. You should have known this by now. Becoming a competent, gain victories, grasp your power, and proceed to higher places. That is what you should do as a smith. Is that so? Don't dis- do not dis- don't disappoint me. I understand. Is this your son, John? Greetings, sir. I heard your boy got the highest score ever recorded in the practice test. Like father, like son, I say. Truly, we're viewed the legacy of the Smiths. We'll be counting on you to take care of us then. The Smith estate is frequently visited. Most of the time, he just needs to keep to his study. If he runs into the guests on his way to school or back home, he will politely greet them. This is Longston's routine on top of his path to becoming a smith. The guests, their faces all blurred together, will pat his head and compliment him as an excellent successor. Except he has no interest in them, because praises are for a smith, and he has yet to become one. If he keeps going non-stop day after day, then one day... What a waste of time. The part of you that remains when that cell of a body is cast aside. Even if we live to see the day we win, there won't be a future for us, will there? I thought you were just another perfect facade the folks at the top creed to comfort us. Victory will belong to humans. Langston was raised to be a leader. Constructs. Constructs to him then slowly became data in the simulated battles. They were resources he could use, as leverage to reshape a fight. But ever since he became a construct, he has realized that constructs are no different than humans. They also feel pain and tiredness. They laugh when they find something funny and cry when they see something sad. The contempt, distrust, even the caution and fear are all very real, despite them hiding in the shadows so that wear down the soldier's will and corrupt the human's heart. Humans always fear that which they do not understand, especially the elders in positions of power. They know little about the evolution of technology, and constructs are no more than weapons used to reclaim Earth for them. But the only difference between constructs and humans is what their bodies are made of. Despite no longer being flesh and bone, constructs are still human. They deserve the same future. When humans reclaim the Earth, the names in the history book should not just belong to humans. Constructs cannot share a fate with humans, or divide will only grow. More than distrust bubbles and boils over, they will never be able to understand each other again. Someone has to change this. If he had not joined the feast as a human, he would not have received intel that could turn the situation around. If he had not become a construct, he would not have discovered the unfair treatment they receive. Humans and constructs need a bridge that connects them. Maybe this is something he can do, being both. If he wanted to say in this, he has to be strong enough. If this is what is necessary to achieve his goal, he does not mind taking advantage of himself. He opens his comms and finds the person he is looking for and sends out the transmission request. This is Chrome from Strikehawk. Mr. Ismov, I didn't think you'd already have learned about the specialized frame. Heard some rumors about it on a feast I accompanied my father to. To be fair, I would have found you if you hadn't come and ask. There's no doubt that you are the best person for this project. But have you looked into the cost of equipping a specialized frame? I've heard about it. I understand the risk. I've made my choice. Then allow me to explain the details of this frame. How you smith to become Chrome. You have changed indeed. But I still have more pieces than you this time. Are you just trying to get a pointless straw out of this game? No. Chrome looks at the chessboard and closes his eyes and thinks. Eventually, he raises his head to meet John's gaze. I will win.
A war can be won in an instant.
Oh hey, metaphorical bullshit. How does this framework again? Free pay plus 3% shield. Core pass plus basic back.
Stay calm and think. Don't move out of my sight. I saw this coming.
Only by moving to D7 can the king escape the dilemma of forced by the white queen, even if the put a 8th rook in danger. The queen now had C4, so only the possibility of kingside castling. She would definitely move a pawn to F3 in response, which is exactly what I need.
Stay calm and think. This will pave the path to victory!
The knight at D4 will always be the threat of checkmate queenside. Give me a second. Even if the white pieces hold the advantage, black is not at a disadvantage. Look to the future while watching the present. Focus on different things, and on the chessboard there's always one side who will see farther. Oops, just slide off the map.
Excellent move, Commandant.
The white king has not been able to move at all this time. When the black places upon e7, we get checkmate in 2 moves. The 2 players can both see where the game is going. We both know how this ends, don't we? I've lost. If you had sacrificed your pawns, this would have ended even quicker. I think Chrome's won the chess match without sacrificing his pawns. If you had sacrificed your pawns, this would have ended even quicker. If you're a construct, I think you would have calculated how best to make your moves. But that wouldn't be my judgment. The machine just simply deducts a calculation based on objective facts, no emotions and moral considerations involved. But I am no machine. I make my own assessment of the situation, and make my own chess choices based on my own judgment. Do you think I'll agree with you just because you won a game of chess? I believe there is no meaningless victory. His father has never told him what happens after becoming a smith. Perhaps his father had just told him about the end of a smith's journey from the very beginning. Becoming a smith, then find the next smith to inherit everything. Become a smith, then find the next smith to inherit everything. An endless cycle. But I'm not trying to become a smith. I'm going to surpass it. I'll use Smith to become Rome. Not abandoning his past, not denying it either. Langston Smith, Chief of Class, Construct, Strikehawk Captain, they are all necessary for him to become Rome. The war will be over one day. When that happens, constructs and humans will share the world we reclaim together. I asked you what a perfect being was when you first told me of a Smith's duty. I still can't give you a concrete answer right now, but I will build the bridge that leads us there. Therefore, this is what I chose in the end. I never considered undoing my identity as a construct. Not now, not ever. You will face unimaginable difficulties and hurdles. The path you are taking will take you to an endless pit. It will devour you until there is nothing left. Your fight will not stop even when you leave the battlefield. You understand what it means? You tell me that a smith does not fear hardship, we excel in them. And Chrome for Strikehawk does not enter a fight without proper preparations. I'm your son, Dad. The specialized frame Eisenhower is working on has only worked on a contract on Grey Raven so far. To adapt to that frame, that contract paid a hefty price. If you can adapt to the specialized frame with no complications, I'll approve of your choice. I'll stop interfering with your decisions after that as well. If you can't even take on a new frame, then every word you just said is hollow. I understand. I do not plan to fail. I will use this frame to demonstrate my determination and what I can achieve. John, After a while, John moves his eyes from Chrome's resolute expression back to the paused game on the chessboard. Like how Chrome picked the protection of a piece before, John picks up the queen on A8 on A8 and moves it to H8, completely out of the way of the black bishop. With no more threats, the black side will easily take the game. There's an extra hint and surprise in the way Chrome looks at John. He shifts his eyes back to the board, concealing his feelings. He lifts his hand and moves to chess piece. Black bishop moves to H8. Checkmate. Chrome hands up from his chair and bows to the man sitting opposite from him. Thank you for your lesson, Dad. John stares at the end of the game for a long time, lost in thought. For a second, his tense shoulders seem to have slightly relaxed. Stratagem. I was ready long before I stepped through the door. Go to this address tomorrow. I'll do a simple test on you first to determine the coordination and synchronization rate between your mind and the specialized frame. Any requests you have on the frame, you can tell me then. Chrome arrives at the address Eismo assigned him reaching the classified laboratory of the Science Council. This is the first time Chrome is here. Construct Australia had a chance to step inside the Science Council was specifically requested by a mission. Opening the door, Chrome finds someone he has not expected. Chrome? Have you forgotten already? I was in charge of the operation that turned you into a construct. Ah, yes, of course I remember. I'm just surprised that you remember me. I remember the name of everyone I've turned into a construct. Not to mention that you were one of my proudest works. You're here for Eismo, aren't you? I remember him mentioning a visitor. I'm afraid he's still buried in work with the other technicians of the council. An urgent R&D project, something called a bit domain. The nukes. So I'm doing his meet and greet for him until he's done with that. I'm here to submit this. Chrome hands him the digital document he has been holding on to since the moment he left John's office. This is about the specialized frame. A very detailed proposal and very ambitious. Is this your father's request? No, it is mine. Oh, is that so? Researcher raises his brows astonished before flipping through the proposal. Still a tank-type construct, with a focus on advanced instead of defenses unlike the current one. Removing the artificial skin on the legs, improving the cooling system, focusing on short burst capabilities, and maintaining high-speed movement? Is that really a good idea? I seem to remember that the first request for this frame is to resemble a human as much as possible. I have explained to my father that the abilities and direction of the new frame, as well as everything related, will be determined by me. Compared to non-essential aesthetics, we should focus more on optimization that benefits me on the battlefield. You might have guessed it, but I still have to explain to you what is so special about this specialized frame. It's difficult just to adapt to it. The specialized frame will be a stressful burden to your mind. Even if the adaptation works, it will still take a long time of adjustment before you can properly use the frame. Give a moment, I'm going to take a breather to calm my heart rate so I can read without stumbling over myself. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Even if the adaptation works, it'll still take a long time of adjustment before you can properly use the frame. It'll take a long time and the process is extremely painful, no less than the operation that turned you into a construct. There's barely any research on this frame. Nothing to reference, we have no idea what problems will surface in the future. I will work with you on the adjustment. Attribute your king for a kaiju. Chess is not Yu-Gi-Oh! There is no Yu-Gi-Oh! Card that lets you invade a game of chess, Mon. Talk no jutsu, logic chess style. That's basically what Chrome just did, yes? I will work with you on the adjustment. I won't be as impulsive as I was. Your eyes, they're different. Sorry? They're different from how they were when you first operated. Back then, you were like a child abandoned by his parents, desperate to prove his worth. You were only accepting what was happening to you, even when they were consequences of your own choices. You even accepted the specialized invert device right out of the gate without inquiring what it does. Is that so? Chrome is about to say something when the door to the laboratory goes to a bang. Oh, it's over? You okay? Yeah, my throat's just a little rough from the voice training stuff. And I'm also just a little tired and a little rattled from IRL. But mostly I think it's just my voice. Just the voice training stuff being rough on the throat. Oh, it's over? Here's the person you've been waiting for. Aizmob enters with a serious expression. His hair looks even messier than usual, as if it had been ravaged in a fit of frustration. I'll also note I'm trying to make sure I say, parsable, legible, whatever you want to call it. Finding Chrome next to the researcher, Aizmob pauses for a second before reverting to his usual calmness. Made up your mind? I did. Aizmob takes over the file from the researcher, reading it through it with furrowed brows. Pretty much what I expected. Will it work? The optimizations will work, the problem is still the specialized part of the specialized frame. You already know the theories and risks of the project. I do. I'm here, which means I'm ready for the price. I'm afraid it isn't that simple. There will be many unexpected complications. Anyway, let's start with virtual connection. The frame is still a prototype, but we'll see how much your mind deviates for now. I'll get the equipment ready. Wait here. With that, Aizmob goes back to the door, mumbling to himself. I'll leave you to it then. The activities and the adjustment of the new frame will be done by Aizmob in the future. Remember to cooperate, yeah? Excuse me? What, do you want me to do it? Unfortunately for you, I'm sick of this life here already. I'm turning into a construct tomorrow. You'll soon find my name on the list of deployment. I'm kidding. I can't do it because the only person who knows the ins and outs of the specialized frame is the chief technician. Plus, I did my test long ago. I'll never become a construct. The test. That's gonna be important later. I can feel it. So I'm staying right where I am until the end of the war or the end of my life. Don't think it's made my job easier. I'm still plenty busy right now. After all, we're getting volunteer applications outside the usual construct program sometimes. Perhaps something is changing. Regardless, I believe that you are the planet's future. Looking at the blue planet outside the window, the researcher subtly smiles. There are sparks, then there are those who light them. Even today, somebody still believes that constructs born from bloodshed and sacrifices are humanity's future. The connection device is calibrated. Are you ready? Please begin. Following Aizmob's instructions, Chrome connects the connection cable to the back of his neck. I have to remind you that even if it's just a virtual connection, it might still affect your mind stability. Don't get careless. Eject if anything happens. The next second, Chrome falls into a data stream. His mind stability hovers around the threshold in the virtual connection. Any fluctuation will result in deviation. Chrome keeps his eyes closed until the impact and dizziness from the first connection pass before slowly opening his eyes. He is standing in a space constructed from air and its data. Alarms glowing in red float in the air all over the place. This is what happened to his mind after connecting with the specialized frame. A situation that can only be described as tricky. Just like puzzle pieces trying to randomly match one together or a yarn ball tangled up, all kinds of information jumbled together here. There are disorderly memories, echoing raves, and nightmares yet to sew up. What a waste of time. I'm disappointed in you. What can good grades in being a chief do if he fails the connection test? He'll never be a commandant. They're no longer deployable. Capped for a moment, a massive amount of information overwhelms Chrome's senses. Like opening Pandora's box, unignorable emotions from his fragmented memories flood over him. The pain starts to eat away at his brain and takes over his mind. The adaptation rate is too low. Your mind is overloading. You're showing signs of deviation already. I'm disconnecting you in 5 seconds. Holding his trembling hand, Chrome gives a wee smile. This is what happens on a virtual connection. It is quite possible that you immediately deviate before we can adapt to a new frame at this state. Can we finally talk about Ice Mob? What is Ice Mob wearing? Actually, I never really pay. I kind of looks like a wizard when you think about it. Before he can adapt to the new frame of the state. This doesn't look good. Chrome frowns, trying to stabilize and support the chaotic data in his mind to no effect. Is this the problem a specialized frame faces? This will be a difficult battle. Having disconnected from the virtual connection, Chrome opens his eyes. Mob is standing in front of a screen, going over the data from the connection with furrowed brows. Like, the man looks like a sci-fi wizard. He looks like a fucking technocrat from WoD. How is it, Mob? Expectedly bad. As I expected, the adaptation will come with a lot of problems. Fully adapting to the frame will take a very long time of adjustment. I'd be lying if I said the adjustment process is easy. Are you ready for it? Without hesitation, Chrome nods. I was ready long before I stepped through the door. And that's Chrome's interlude. He's fucking cool. And now it's time for us to do the Imprisoned story, which is likely going to take the second half of the stream. But yeah, I suppose. Let me check something out.
I'm tired.
No, we're not done yet, Alpha. Codex. Story replay, weapon comms record, files. Hey, Isla's boss. Good advisor. Mob. Mob looks like he's dressed like a wizard. He looks like a wizard. There's Bridget. Weird support force. Changyu. Brown Knighter. Bossman. Blood type. Redacted. Spiritual leader of Babylonia. Leader responsible to the leader president of the council. Story free. Redacted. 2 redacted. Stories 2 through 4 are redacted. The tag-along kid for the ERU. Diana, Princess of the Train Place. Huh, she was only born 4 days before I was. Asshole. Nick will do everything he needs to do. Sounds right. Plow. Shown. Ominous. Let's see. Anyone else who's interesting in here? So, Adel, Simon, rest in peace. It's like a robe over another outfit. It really is. Like I said, the man's dressed like a fucking wizard. Golden. Who the fuck is this? Golden Vortex. Huh. I think I technically skipped Golden Vortex. I'm gonna go back and do that. Awesome. Also, yeah. Also, what, Sesh? mean, I gotta say, the enemies in this game look really fucking cool. Bad dog. We all hate this dog. Hasn't the Pope? I don't think they meant it like that. I hope they didn't meant it to mean like that. I don't think Hasn's the Pope. I don't think Hasn's the Pope. That's such a weird thing to say. Anyways, looking for Luna. Alpha. Alpha? Oh, hey! Lucia, Alpha? Right, that's what they call you now. Feels great, doesn't it? You're the real deal after all, so it's only right that you take the name Alpha. Yes, there is no need to share a name with a replica. Shut up, Gabriel! The voices of her companions reach her ear. Lucia looks up at the empty and still rather unfamiliar city in front of her. Another me. There are two best girls in this game. Both of them are Lucia. Since I've chosen another path, I should cut off all ties with my past. That settles it, Miss Alpha. Why am I looking back on the past at a time like this? Alpha looks up, taking in the vast yet empty subterranean city. She does not feel a sense of belonging to the city at all. But as someone who has been moving in and out of the city for a long time, she feels a sense of familiarity. Rusty Bridge extends out into the distance, its upper end enveloped by the fog. Even if she cannot see it, Alpha knows where the bridge leads. She cast away her original name here. In order to break with the past, Luna only gave her a silent nod regarding it when she returned. Luna. She repeats the name silently to herself and takes some devastation in the distance. Where are you? It happened on the last day. Once the Grey Ravens began their descent into the Polyphage Abyss, Roland shares the truth with her. And then, Gabriel. Gabriel steps out of a dark corner, still acting as gorgeous as ever, but he can hardly conceal the deranged sense of menace he's giving off. Well, he's all yours. As Roland passes Alpha with a nonchalant smile, he leans over and lowers his voice. I'm going to deal with Gabriel's backup. Only then will Luna be able to leave the core. With a quick stroke of his chain blade, he leaps into the darkness of the core. By the time Gabriel moves to stop Roland, Alpha has already lunged forward with her blade out. You betrayed Luna. Me? No, Miss Luna is the one who betrayed us. And you are the reason for her betrayal. You are why she was forsaken by the Ascension Network. Why she has lost the power of an agent. Luna has never betrayed any one of us. War Pope of Space. War Pope President of Space. The president part is very important. That's his official title, President. Luna has never betrayed any one of us. No, don't autoplay. Do not autoplay. Where's my controller? Alpha's blade slices across Gabriel's chest, sending sparks flying everywhere. Gabriel rips off his tattered cloak, revealing his colossal mechanical stature. You really are the biggest threat to the Ascension Network. Are you not going to save your dear sister now that the polyphage has devoured? Are you not going to save your dear sister now that the polyphage has devoured her? I know what you're conspiring, Gabriel. You might as well have it written on your face. If I let you go now, you'll just become a larger threat to Luna. I can only hope that those Grey Ravens will last long enough for me to get to her. I can't understand why you chose to believe in those inadequate constructs. They've most likely become food for the polyphage. No. This time, I'm choosing to believe in myself. And Gabriel, what I'm going to do now is destroy you. I will not forgive anyone who hurts Luna. Alpha raises her katana, eyes burning with fury. Alpha closes in, attempting to expose a weak spot on Gabriel with his series of continuous strikes. Gabriel is forced back, barely managing to counter every move with his cane. Tuffy is unaware that she was seriously injured in her mind. Gabriel still notices that her strikes are weaker than before. Seeing a rare opening, he gives it everything he has got, abandoning defense for offense. Perfect! Once one of the combatants gave up on defense, the battle will soon be over. Gabriel has staked everything on this battle in order to achieve the lofty goal given to him by the Ascension Network. However, as the battle goes on, Alpha's mind also gradually starts to stabilize. No point dragging this out any longer. Take this. Your body will provide sustenance for the polyphage. Sensing that something is amiss, Gabriel immediately leaps into the air and delivers an armor-pulverizing blow in Alpha's direction. But when the dust settles, the only person on the cracked ground is Gabriel. He is completely unable to hit the fleet-footed Alpha. His immense strength, of which he has been so proud of, is useless if he cannot land a hit. Alpha! Gabriel's attack left him completely open to Alpha's space-tearing strike. And with that, the battle is concluded. Yeah, Alpha is just good enough so you can just cut things and space goes, okay, I guess I'm cut. And he just cut space, it's fucking cool. I cannot fault Miss Luna for relying on you. Gabriel crawls among the ruins, dragging his broken body. His legs and wings have become nothing but scrap metal. Alpha steps over his broken limbs and walks over to his side, raising her katana. Clang! Her katana bounces violently against an unseen wall. Vonigut! Alpha. A reverent call comes from behind her, and with it, the walls start to appear around them, getting thicker and thicker. Alpha pivots, turning around and slicing her katana, but she is not able to cut through them. Vonigut can block Alpha. Vonigut can block Alpha. Okay, that's a good way to give him badass cred. We just saw Alpha casually just stomp Gabriel. Just casually stomp Gabriel, who's taking a lot of beatings like there's absolutely nothing. And here we have Vonnegut blocking her like a champion, like she's nothing. You've become weak probably because of that agent, because of Luna. Call me Vonnegut. I'm an agent. So, you are Vonnegut. Alpha sees her katana, calmly appraising the black figure before her. Looks like you've heard of me. Of course, if it wasn't for your ascendant underling, that incident wouldn't have happened. I only had him bring about what the humans had been hoping for all along. That Commandant, Ravenge, I believe? He wasn't the first to hold those beliefs and won't be the last to die for them. You! You're the fucking... You fucking asshole! You're the reason Lucia's previous command. You're the reason the previous Greater Commandant died. You're the reason Alpha became an Ascendant. You're the fucking reason like half the main plot is fucking happening. And with this line alone, yes, Alpha is a Virgil Lashuni bot. That's why I love her. Anyways, back on topic. With this line alone, Vonnegut has pretty solidly claimed the throne of Big Bad. I can't wait till the day we get to feed him his golden teeth. I believe you've seen quite a lot of this. I don't pity that scoundrel. But that incident caused the death of others, not just his. It's all for Asnet and the filtering, Alpha. It's not my intention to kill humans or constructs. I'm simply running an experiment to increase the efficiency of the filtering process. Back in Babylonia, you were furious that your comrades had to be sacrificed. Now that you've become an Ascendant, are you really planning to oppose the filtering? That's what I thought. Why are you here? For the glad tidings, of course. The punishing viruses exhibit the ability to become organic, and these new life forms are truly the peak of perfection. This planet is undergoing a rebirth, and as an agent, I, of course, would like to bear witness to it. Gabriel, you're the one who has the polyphage in the red tide, aren't you? You saved the reborn punishing virus and opened up new possibilities to Asnet. Good job. You approve of this? Of course. This is a step in the evolution of Asnet. Vonnegut's eyes riveted onto the rusting gusting a tide below for appreciation. Unfortunately, I came a little too late and Luna's destroyed the polyphage. The Babylonians have also arrived and will soon clear out this area. As much as I'd love to prevent this catastrophe, as long as we're unable to make a move on Babylonia, that thorns our side, wiping out individual Babylonians won't make a difference. He shifts his gaze from the red tide to Gabriel, who lies behind him, struggling to crawl from under the boulder, his hands reaching out. Don't worry, as long as the breeder's knowledge remains, there's still hope. He clasps his hand together, and the boulder pressing down on Gabriel is blown to smithereens. His shoe is in fact bitching. Boniga does in fact have big bad grade drip. He does in fact have the vibes. Vonigut! Alpha, I'll undo the force field between you, but I have something to tell you before that. Luna's been rescued from the polyphage and is highly likely to have been taken by the Babylonians. Oh god damn it, you're aiming at her in our direction. You know what this means, don't you? Can you bear the thought of her having to go through what you went through? He smiles, and with a snap of his fingers, the force field in Alpha's way dissipated. She tightens her grip on her weapon, glaring at the person standing between her and Gabriel's broken body. But ultimately, she chooses to hurry toward the abyss where the polyphage was. Get up, breeder. I know you're loyal to Asnet. You yearn for greater power to augment your body. So I will bestow upon you new life and a power that is befitting of the name Gabriel. In exchange, knowing two of them, Alpha hurriedly rushes towards the polyphage. But all that remains is the Babylonian reinforcement. However, the Battledom continue searching, she still cannot find Luna. Have the humans gotten her? A feeling of unease spreads through Alpha, but it's precisely because of this that she has to search for Luna. Because she is her family, her only family. Howling snowstorm. There's no turning back for us. Alpha stands on the barren scorched earth, taking in the chaos around her. Since that instant, he has been running around Subterranean City 75. Voniga is made of vibes. He really is. He really is. I like his character design. He is a good big bad. He is a good successor for taking Luna's throne as the main villain. I like him. I do like him. I want to beat the shit out of him, and I mean that as a compliment. Since that incident, he has been running around the Subterranean City number 75. She has left no stone unturned for search, going through the hidden corners and paths, through runes that only they know about. She has even checked on the constructs that were swarming the place. But she does not find even the slightest trace of Luna. There's only one possible conclusion: Luna is not here. With the answer staring her right in the face, Alpha ponders where she should go next. Where are you? She turns the question over in her head, countless memories of Luna's surface. Clearest memories of the moment when she left the darkness, her hand outstretched. There was a girl standing atop the white snow. The series of campaigns was called the Project Winter, seeing that the task of naming it was dumped on the executioner. Give me a sec. What the fuck? Accidentally clicked on VTube Studio. Give me a second. Give me a second. There we go. Project Winter. Seeing that the task of naming it was dumped on the executor. But if the executors can come up with such methods, I should say they really do deserve naming rights. Roland? Noisy memories were jumbled together, flashing through her mind. No, this is just noise. Since Luna disappeared, these muffled voices have been ceaselessly haunting her. She looks at the wide expanse of yellow sand before her, and her thoughts return to the past yet again. You're saying that when you became an agent, you heard a great deal of noise? That's right. What is it? Think of it as a catalyst. When I first became an agent, I didn't understand its true nature and thought the voices were telling the truth. Luna stopped hovering and landed between the ruins. So this originates from Asna? No, but I can't say for sure. There's a symptom that emerges when the mind has been damaged. Of course, this is just a simplified analogy. It's actually more complicated than that. There have also been many constructs recently who offer to simulate an injury like this to temporarily augment their power. Perhaps when you become an agent, you'll be able to fully comprehend it. When? So Alpha can become an agent. And if Alpha can become an agent, that means whoever even Lucia can become an agent too. That's no joking matter. You know I don't want to become an agent. Oh? Perhaps I wanted to confirm that for myself. Then let me be frank with you. I have no interest. You're already burdened by the heavy responsibility of ASNet. If I become an agent too, who else will be there to help you? Thanks, sister. But you said that only by becoming an agent will I be able to comprehend that? ASNet imparts some knowledge that only it possesses, including long-lost historical records. And it happens when one becomes an agent? That's right. The memory starts to flicker. Give me a second. This is how the humans of this planet are diseased and terrifying and the punishing. But there are things that one would still know about Ashnet's knowledge. Such as how the humans of this planet are a disease more terrifying than the punishing virus. Alpha. Looks like Ashnet is trying to force the matter when it comes to Alpha being an agent here. Why do you think like that? The noise rings incessantly in her mind like an alarm clock going off in the wee hours of the morning. Because that incident that caused her to leave Babylonia because of Luna becoming an agent. Ah, no, these incidents were just the starting point. The starting point. The noise sighs, expressing regret. Hello, voice of Asnat. Hello, will of the punishing virus. Hello, probably our final enemy. That's enough, Gabriel. Even if you slaughter all these humans and constructs, there's no one among them that can pass the filtering. But they'll become a threat. As long as the source remains, they won't give up no matter how many of them you kill. All we have to do is find the seeds and guard this place. Understood. Gabriel bows respectfully and vanishes into the horizon. Something you wanted to comment on, sister? Alpha has not opened her mouth, but Luna smiles as if she knows what she was about to say. Do you remember the fairy tale you used to tell me? I told you many fairy tales. Which one are you talking about? The evil king and the elixir of life. I still believe it, what I did then. That it's the only way forward, sister. Drinking the evil king's elixir may kill you, but this is the path of evolution and selection. With this, one can safeguard life from complete annihilation. Of course, that person will become a monster just like the evil king, but so what? Monster is a term defined by human standards. If seeing the filtering through means I'll be called a monster, I'll treat it as my crowning glory. Will you want others to survive? Of course. Even if I become a nefarious villain in the eyes of the humans, a villain needs people to be subjected to their villainous deeds. Not only is this with mine, but it's also the very purpose behind Ashnet's filtering process. That's why I have to complete Ashnet's mission. But the humans who are still flesh and blood with deep-seated prejudice aren't able to even pass the preliminary filtering process by the punishing virus. Luna turns around and gazes at the fiery red clouds in the distance. For a long time, she gently shuts her eyes. Perhaps... Because I hold the same beliefs as Asnet, so I was chosen to become an agent. Even as an agent, Luna does not think highly of humanity. But originally her intention was to move the filtering forward, so we let those deserve to live continue living. Even if she had her own reasons for doing it, it was not born out of hatred and chaos. At least in the beginning, that was how it was. Oh, are you alright? Relax, fate is too much in store for me to die so quick. For me to let me die so quickly. For someone like you to be talking about fate, what exactly happened? Heh, someone taught me a lesson. This time it was a construct who brought a gift. They hit it really well, I had to give them that. Those humans are also constantly changing up their tactics. They had their comrade blow himself up. That's right, and he didn't know what he had on them. Otherwise, I'd have been able to sense that something wasn't right. You survived the encounter, but what about him? Dead as a door now. I only survived because I was far away. Alpha, mad. That guy was who Roland was working on recruiting, wasn't he? It wasn't easy getting him on board. Even after sustaining such huge losses last time, the humans still aren't giving up on trying to get a glimpse of the secrets of the Ascension Network. What are they really after? Perhaps they wish to make their constructs immune to the plastic virus instead have their bodies augmented by it, just like an Ascendant. Or maybe they simply want to be able to control an Ascendant or even an agent. There's so much they can gain from it. They are the puppet masters, having their underlings kill one another while they reap the benefits. That's their modus operandi. Although I still don't know what exactly they want or how close they are to their goal, but things seem to be going according to plan, aren't they? It's precisely because of this that we have to keep moving the filtering process forward. However, they have been obstructing our progress. People die without us knowing how. How can we even hope to offer anyone up for filtering? Miss Luna wants us to keep increasing our numbers to deal with the losses. Appropriate seeds must be found as soon as possible. For those who aren't yet aware or don't have the necessary conditions to pass the filtering, we have to create those conditions. If we can get the ultimate power that is impervious to these despicable ploys, there won't be any more humans standing in the way of the network's mission. Yeah. Call me when you find that sort of power. Such things have become a normal part of their daily lives. Human defenses last too long, just like the winds flung from the abyss, and are just as relentless. In comparison, being betrayed and abandoned back then was but the first step into the abyss. And the hatred that undulated them was born from being hunted down and rounded up, even more so from unexpected traps and conspiracies. Every drop of hate pooling together until it formed a river that flowed into the bottom of the abyss. First, it was just the usual ambushes and raids, but soon there was a chance of gifts being hidden close to the seeds they approached. In this battle of wits, every attempt to throw the humans off the trail unintentionally provides them with ideas for improvement. The result, their methods become more subtle and nastier with each iteration. Before he says that those on a similar path, the memories hidden within their mind are filled with distorment. These experiences are like layers of wounds inflicted on top of one another. Single any one of them and is simply a scar that poses no threat, a mark not forgotten with time. But now they have been accumulating for a long time, patiently waiting for the moment that will soon arrive, the straw that breaks the camel's back. Looks like this is the place. Did you walk from the fucking desert to the Arctic Route Union? By the time the new recruits have just passed the filtering, everyone steps onto the ice-covered plains. First blood-stained snowy plains red. Researchers lay full and all around, and the transport vehicle was torn apart in the attack. Oh, it looks like we were too late. Rowan climbs into a torn compartment and sees a comrade lying in a huge restraining device. Going by traces up the scene, he was killed by the restraining device just as he finally broke free. How have the humans been able to come up with such a terrifying device? This is due to what he's capable of. I was interested in seeing how he would develop over time. Given the current environment, he didn't even get the chance. Brief silence falls with the group. Suddenly, a hulking figure lands beside them. Miss Luna. You've returned. How was the investigation? This device was brought over from the Arctic Route Union. A new military post has been set up in the east. It's very well hidden and there are similar devices within. There are also a few researchers stationed there. Military post to the east? I previously carried out reconnaissance when Alpha came for the Narwhal, but I didn't see any military posts then. Besides, people outside of such are ordinary folk. So why would they possess such a device? Either they have been deliberately hiding something, or someone has shared the device's technology with them. But there's a great likelihood that it was a combination of the two. The local residents may not be aware of this, but there is a secret hidden beneath the snowfield. It's because they are inherently capable that they received visitors who wanted to share the technology and devices with them. In other words, the Arctic Route Union is working with that group from before. That's right. Don't those people fish for a living? What's there to gain from working with them? A large number of craft emerged from the sea some time back, and the Forest Guard lacks the power to hold them back. As a result, they sustained some losses. I'd hazard a guess and say they'd agreed to work together in exchange for materials. There aren't many large human bases on Earth these days, and even fewer are willing to take part in a plan against the Ascendants. They must be hiding something we don't know about. They wouldn't take such a huge risk otherwise, no matter how generous the reward. The military post Seems to be merely a symbol of their cooperation. There must be another hidden facility. Ah, we should investigate that facility. Otherwise, it's going to destroy the military post. Another more hidden post will only be built in its place. Could it be that simple? What do you mean, Luna? I can only guess based on the Grey Ravens, based on my sister's investigation of that incident with revenge, that they may have started collaborating well before setting up the military post. The incident in that military post were merely new test runs. The foundations were already in place. That's right. The harsh environment plays a huge part in all this. There's nothing but fish and a handful of local products. They've always faced a shortage of materials. They're really jointly doing research. What should we do? Annihilate everyone here, of course, nip the problem in the bud. There's no need to go that far. The vast majority are just fishermen who are working with Kura now in exchange for the materials they need to survive. Kurana! Fuck Kurana. All we have to do is destroy the research facility. Forgive me for saying this, but it was because they joined forces that we were lost so many good candidates. Those who can pass the filtering are few and far between. These people are not completely annihilated, they still pose a threat. Alpha closed her eyes and thought of the humanoid hybrid constructs he had met on this vast snowfield who had gone through experiences similar to hers. She thought of how they carried themselves in the face of the human fear and prejudice, and I see great potential in the Forest Guard. Enough opportunities, there will definitely be some among them who can pass the filtering. Sister's right. You will continue with the previous mission. Everyone salutes Luna and hurriedly disperses, leaving only Alpha and Luna on this silent snowfield. Sister? She turns around and gives Alpha a knowing smile. I know what you want to say. Luna hovers behind Alpha, looking at the snow and misty scene close by. Does not say anything more about it. Sister, did you meet Lucia? Yes. What do you think about her? Nothing in particular. Bing, 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 ding, 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 and that's a lie. That's a lie. We know, lie. That's a lie. We all know. Alpha's lying her ass off. Lamio obviously doesn't like seafood. Lamau, of course she doesn't. She's a sea creature. Why would she like seafood? Why would she like her food? Anyways, bing, 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 ding, ding, ding. Alpha, you are lying here. From the mind battle, we know that you are extremely fucking pissed that Lucia exists. She hasn't lost hope. That covenant looks pretty special too. Well, let her continue dreaming for a bit, at least until that day comes. Alright then. The howling frigid wind sends Luna's flowing locks flying behind her. Her petite figure sways in the wind. Alpha closes the gap and takes Luna's arm. Found the military post. Next up is the task of finding the other hidden facility. Leave this to me, will you? While investigating clues near the military post, yes, a surprising encounter in the snow. Lucia, you're still alive. Myrtle and Zund? Wait, no. Such concentrations of the pleasant virus has become corrupted? Myrtle, Zund! The corrupted spoke? It's a long story. Don't get too close to me or you'll be infected too. I'm pretty sure they're dead. I don't think it's the real them. Like, there's no way they don't know about Grey Raven Lucia. This is extremely shush. She is secretly suppressing the pleasant virus within her body while warning, trying to prevent the virus from spreading to the two of them. Why are you here? He said there was something strange with the corrupted numbers here and sent us to find out what the problem was in return after obtaining clues. Sia, do you want to return to Babylonia with us? No, I have no place there anymore. There was no news for a long time after you said you wanted to be recalled. I thought you were already... There are some technical issues, I heard. Miro scratches his head, slightly embarrassed, but unable to hide the mirth in his voice. There have been a lot of casualties recently. It's getting very hard to create custom frames or version issues as well. The higher said they wanted to activate us at all costs so as to investigate what happened then. However, they haven't been able to solve the version issue, and with lack of manpower, they have no choice but to sign some contracts with humans on Earth and rope them in to help. Contract? You mean to say there are people here who are able to support the research in Babylonia? Hearing what could be a clue, Alpha tightens her grip on a weapon, and her voice takes on a serious tone. I don't know much about the research technology, but I did wake up in the military post over there. Agreeing on the contract and awakening us, those are things you've heard from the researchers' side. They also had us stay temporarily in the military post for testing to work with them on some simple missions. Merle and Zund don't know much about this either. This is sus. So they just woke up? This is sus? Looking at the good-natured smile that Merle always has on, Alpha releases her grip on the hilt of her katana. It's great that we're able to wake up again, but we still don't have any clues about what the boss wanted us to investigate. Yeah, we were attacked during recall and data test was incomplete. Can't fully remember what happened during the incident. Do you remember what happened back then? If you can't go back to Babylonia, at least tell us what really happened back then. Alright. She suppresses her joy in her heart as she shares the buried pieces of her memory with her long-lost comrades. I think that something like this actually happened. They also made a copy of Lucia before I left, so you might see her if you go back to Babylonia. Never Lucia? Anyways, Lucia, you're a really sentimental person, aren't you? He chuckles as he put his hand behind his head and relaxes. Seeing that familiar accent, Alpha cannot help feel a tinge of nostalgia. She still remembers how Zun was severely reprimanded during a military inspection for not standing up straight. Those things around your neck, are those our name tags? Hmm? In the coding, the team insignia on the back is worn away. I died myself. Sis, please. Coding, the team insignia on the back is worn away. Aww. Sentimental? No. No. I diagnosed Alpha with tsundere. This was just to remind me to never forget about what happened. Zun was unfazed by the hateful tone in her words, kept good humor. Oh, really? That sounds like sentimentality to me. By the way, can I have a little tag? I'm feeling a little sentimental, eh? Chuckles as he removes his current name tag and walks towards Alpha to make an exchange. You're getting close. Aren't you afraid of getting infected? Don't be a stranger now. It's just for a bit. Merle, you want to see it too, don't you? Yeah. She approached Alpha with complete trust, reaching out to take their name tags from her extended hand. But it was then that Alpha fell into a despicable trap. The joy in reuniting with her comrades was merely an illusion. Recalling is but a false hope and plans to convince troops to keep advancing bravely. But just like a stone thrown into a deep lake, there has not been any sign from the other side. The two teammates standing before her were merely an AI hologram recording, a program that has existed since for the golden age when people used it to remember those who have passed on. I mean, it's clearly possible for the tech to exist. That's copy Lucia exist. I imagine the problem with making recalls most of the time is bandwidth issues and such, sending them from Earth to space. As the illusions fell to pieces, so did Alpha's euphoria, and all that was eventually left was the multiple force fields binding her. Is it really okay to do this? Everyone said that these guys are basically corrupted that possess some level of intelligence, so there's no need for us to sympathize with them. I honestly felt the director's plan was foolish when he first came up with it. How can a corrupted be sentimental? Someone deceives me using my dead friends, I definitely. Take your bleeding hearts and stuff them somewhere else. When did you get here? These monsters are our enemy, just like the corrupted and punishing virus. Whether they have feelings or not doesn't matter. Well, at least three are deader than doornails. I was right, this is just as fuck. If those two are dead, Alpha's going to kill these people painfully. Or if they have feelings or not doesn't matter. In order to survive, we must continue our research with these methods. If we are to live to see the next day, life sacrifices are unavoidable. Instead of sympathizing with the enemy, why don't you have a look at your material reserves for next month? Sorry, Director Kaplan. Continue your work. It's too late to turn back now. Get in there. It's not only death for the living, they can also kill those phantoms that have passed away and remain in memory. Opening her eyes after a brief memory, Alpha clenches her left fist. How many of my memories did you see in my mind, Lucia? Missed from astronaut or the pitiful wish of those wishing to ascend but reaching a dead end? Could it even be those despicable traps by the humans? But more than likely, she'd only caught a few scattered fragments in her hurry. Besides that incident, which Lucia will surely recall, Alpha has other countless memories of nights when she was fed up with the senseless sacrifices. But then killing did not stop living. Even the memories for those that have passed on and hints of warmth they left behind were brutally destroyed. That is the only thing she cannot forgive. That was when it started, wasn't it? Wasn't it? Hello, voice of the punishing virus. Fuck off. Suddenly, Alpha hears a noise in her head. She shakes her head. You were gradually robbed of everything you had and ended up with nothing. But it was because of this that the Ascendants began their subsequent operations. Heading to Kowloon, Huaxu was the top of the main culprit, hiding in Eden's shadow. But they each had their own reason for doing so. The crackling noise echoes in her hearing module. As Luna said, the noise serves as a catalyst, constantly stirring up thoughts very deep in the mind and amplifying ill will. Alpha knows that strong emotions are the basis of an ascendant. Only with them can one obtain the energy of the Ascension Network. Be the newest agent and gain the strength to keep advancing. Yeah, you really are just the fucking voice of the Punisher virus, aren't you, buddy? PV God. Fuck off and die. I don't need it. Alpha is not fully sure why she received the invitation from the Ascension Network. Could be due to a factor she possesses or a combination of conditions. Whatever it is, it does not matter to her, because she will reject it anyways. You don't have anything left, no family, no comrades. How will you take on so many enemies by yourself? How will you save Luna? Alpha does not respond. She ignores the agitating noise and makes for an area she has not searched. Even if it was swarming with enemies and there's not much hope, she would still continue searching. Suddenly, a transport craft of Babylonia insignia is distant away. The hatch opens and a person walks out. Such cultures the plastic virus. An ascendant? No. He isn't connected to ASNet. Why did he come here alone? Oh, hey, it's Kamu! Once the transport craft departs, Alpha follows him suspicious. He sees him approaching his comrades. They hear for the remnants of the Red Tide to search for Luna. She dodges the ruins to the other side to continue absorbing the four. Who was that? Huh? Was someone running behind us? Kamu looks back, but the barren land is devoid of life. Let's go check it out. That figure ran off to the west, right in the direction of our target. The other Shadow Alpha. I don't know. No, this isn't Shadow Alpha. No, this isn't Shadow Alpha. In Persona terms, this is the final boss showing up really fucking early and doing devil deals. This is gnarly. This is gnarly showing up and going, hey, buddy, yo, pal, hey, buddy, yo, pal, hey, buddy, ho, pal. Do you want me to rip a mask off myself and give you a persona? It won't hurt me at all. The only cost will be your soul. But on the other hand, power to do whatever the fuck you want. All you gotta do is take my hand. The figure ran off to the west, right in the direction of our target. We also need to check for any signs of the Red Tide. Leave it to me. Terrain here is too difficult to do everything. In Kamu, we can split up after we reach our target. Okay. Edgy boy. That's not the Grey Ravens. In the shadows, Alpha watches the four from a distance and sees them holding a detector. Seems they are looking for something in the barren land. They found the remnants of the Red Tide below. The sewer below used to be abandoned before they were taken over by the Red Tide. There's a simple reason for their abandonment. Underground C-75 was spread out and the sewers saw disrepair long ago, resulting in collapses every now and then. Many places like this, where people do not usually visit, especially like this exist. Places where people do not visit exist in underground C-75. But to find Luna, Alpha has decided to search every nook and cranny. In launching his descent, Alpha has just concluded an investigation of the surface. For newly obtained clothes, she could return to underground to recommence her search. Violent shaking comes from the surface, and the intense heat can even be felt from the walls below. So if Alpha, who is trailing the task force, has anticipated what will happen, she cannot help but grimacing when the tremors and searing heat hit. Just as she plans to continue trailing them, she hears the sound of waves in the distance. Looks like the humans didn't manage to completely get rid of the Red Tide. She listens carefully for the direction of the gust of the Red Tide and realizes that it only lasted a moment before being drowned out by the shaking earth. Beyond the Red Tide's tweet, it's coming from... Figuring out the sound is coming from unknown areas, Alpha quickly chases after it. Just as he is about to arrive at the spot, he finds a way forward blocked by a thick stone wall. Oh, does it interest you? I told you before that the only thing behind this wall is the abandoned sewers that might collapse at any moment. No different from an agent who has lost her strength. Ignoring the noise in her mind, Alpha conducts a quick search and finds a control panel to a secret door in the corner. This area was recently submerged by the Red Tide and shouldn't have been discovered by the humans. The Red Tide has escaped this place. It's likely that the agent and Gabriel are also here. Who knows? Perhaps there might also be ascendants under his command. No matter how strong you are, you have no chance of taking on so many opponents at once. If Vonica and Gabriel are in there, Luna might be there too. Besides, unless there's a definite choice of victory, I'll avoid any battles with them. I do love how she's just calmly bantering with the local Eldritch abomination. The clamoring noise falls silent once more. Alpha pushes open the narrow secret door without hesitation and squeezes sideways into the sewers. The Red Tide pushed together on the uneven ground is now a watery liquid, a far cry from its previously vicious state. Even so, there's enough here to reach off his ankles. As I thought. Alpha continues her exploration of science, and soon she is met by a hetero creature she has never seen before. Are these Gabriel's creations? Do you know Mr. Gabriel? A young girl she's never seen before appears in the saddle, asking Alpha with a soft voice. Briefing is weak and she is one with the head of creatures around her. Alpha has not even sensed her presence. Is he here? Yes, it seems you're the person he mentioned. The girl does not seem to hold any ill will toward her. Who are you? I'm Mr. Vonnegut's subordinate. My name is Cinderella. What an unsurprising answer. Alpha walks towards the girl in the saddle to see her face more clearly. Do you wish to destroy this place? No, I have no interest in senseless destruction. Thank you. She gave a slight bow to Alpha in greeting. But we can't let the humans learn of this place yet. I trust you. You're an descendant. I won't stand in your way. But when you leave, I'll seal the exit, too. Oh, that must have been a glitch. This is the task Mr. Vonnegut has given me. I'm not to leave any entrances or exits open unless there are extraordinary circumstances. I beg your understanding. As you wish. If you're here, does that mean the agent is here too? No, Mr. Vonnegut only comes here when necessary. Alpha appraised the girl in front of her, trying to figure out from her expression if she is lying. The girl's face remains unchanging and she could very well be answering machine. She does not reveal any additional information. However, there seems to be an ember of insanity burning in the depths of her eyes, but is hidden by a veneer of politeness, making it difficult to see. Based on her experience, Alpha sees there are some similarities between this girl and Gabriel, but within this similarity there are some essential differences. What do you do here? Study. Cinderella is not lying. Neither has she changed the topic. Rather, she has chosen to tell a half-truth. Looks like she's the more troublesome type. She does not ask any more questions. She passes Cinderella, turning to head into the darkness. Where are you going? To find someone. There are some places you cannot go. And if I insist? Cinderella looks at Alpha without responding, but the answer has been made clear in the silence. The goal is now to look for Luna. It seems better to avoid unnecessary battles and find clues from places she can go. Judging by her observations of Cinderella's abilities, she would not have been a tough opponent. How about forcing my way through and continuing to investigate the forbidden area? Just as he was contemplating this, a figure leisurely sauntered over. Vonnegut? It's her. No one recognized the figure and speaks calmly as if the approaching figure was insignificant. Alpha turns around to see a woman slowly turning the corner. She keeps looking around her. Hello. She sees Alpha in front of her and cheerfully greets her. In her hand is unidentifiable iris. The third agent! Although Alpha does not sense any danger coming off from her, she is still wary of the stranger. I was careless and got lost. Do you know where the exit is? Who are you? What are you doing here? I was curious and suddenly saw a narrow secret door over there. Seeing that Alpha does not respond, she turns back to curiosity. Look curiously at Cinderella standing in the corner. Did I interrupt your conversation? Seeing that Alpha does not respond, she tilts her head to Cinderella standing in the corner. The mundane normalcy of the words have left Alpha unable to answer. It's not Cinderella does not seem to understand what is going on. Looks like you're not one of Vonnegut's descendants. That's right. I'm like him, an agent called here by the glad tidings. Knew it! The third agent is here! But it seems he's taking care of everything here. There's nothing that requires my help. An agent. What is your name? Name? That's not an important piece of information. She lowers her eyes and tucks a strand of hair behind her ears with delicate fingers, smiling innocently. People have given me many names, but the most common one is the Merciful One. If you require a name to call me by, you may call me that. Abyssal last name, that's more of a title than an actual name. Neither of you know where the exit is. I'll continue with my search. I apologize for interrupting your conversation. She waves to you while holding the iris and saunters off. There's another agent here, so if I attack Cinderella, it may attract your attention. I have greater priorities, so it's better to be cautious. Alpha does not stray any longer. She turns around and disappears down the sewers without looking back. Give me a second. I had to release a cat from my room. I apologize. There was a cat under my bed and they wanted to leave very badly. Alpha looks up from the flashback to see the squad having fun in the distance. How carefree of them. Absent-mindedly, she recalls the memory fragments she saw in the mind memories from the other her. Contracts had just have the commitment full respect. The Grey Ravens are no longer just weapons for battle. In fact, there is even a sense of camaraderie between them. Humans had aspired to peace in the past like the Grey Ravens and the squad before her. Perhaps this catastrophe would not have happened in the first place. But those are purely hypothetical ideas. In reality, the constructs are stuck in a quagmire and are forced to swallow the mud they are choking on. Before they can even consider issues like equality and oppression, they have to first survive. Those fast filtering understand that should a day come when the plastic virus is no longer a threat, the only beings left in this world will be constructs. For the humans who are still flesh and blood with the deep-seated prejudice, aren't able to even pass the preliminary filtering process by the plastic virus. That's why no one has ever mentioned one of the sources of human evil: arrogance. Alpha tightens her grip on the katana's hilt, tries to set off the cacophony of noises that emerge successfully in her mind. Damn, final boss is very chatty. Suddenly, Chrome receives an anonymous encrypted message from her terminal. Any news on Luna? Who sent a message like that? Chrome examines the metadata for any possible clues, but it's sharp clean. There's no way to trace the sender. Our top priority is to find the red tide. There's no time to waste. You'll not be able to trace it, but I'm pretty sure you have a pretty good idea of who just sent it. Chrome furrows his eyebrows, thinking about the current state of Arcos. Give me a second, I'm gonna take a bite of my pizza. Okay, I'm back. Chrome furrows his eyebrows, thinking about the current state of Arcos, aka me. If it's speculated it might be someone who's looking for Luna, it would be foolish to probe for information this way. I think it's someone who's worried about Grey Raven. Grey Raven. Alpha furrows her brows as he says something. Are you worried about them? They're fairly perfect candidates for Asnet. Lamau entire fucking team? They're fairly perfect candidates for Asnet. Alpha calmly says as if that's fucking nothing. Alpha just calmly dropping the lore bomb. Oh hey, if the Grey Raven's defected, they'd make really good ascendants, and Lucia might even be able to become an agent. Just calmly dropping that lore bomb. Like it's fucking nothing. Even if they foiled your plans so many times, I've stood in their way loads of times too. The smug fucking grin on her face, he's probably remembering the times he stabbed me. There is no need for resentment when opposing sides are in conflict because they aren't set in stone. Grey Raven, what happened to them? I heard something from far before we left. Arcos not only violated military orders, but is also facing accusations of harboring an Ascendant. Harboring an Ascendant? How's that possible? Looks like the Commandant is quite similar to a certain somebody unable to resist the temptation of power. Choosing to connect to an agent is a death sentence. You seem to have forgotten that Arcos was even able to withstand the corruption of Huaxu's mind! Of course the Commandant would be able to withstand the issue that comes with connecting to an agent. Hello, voice of the Ascension Network, possible voice of the punishing virus. Why are you taking an interest in me specifically? Hold up. That's not good. Does that mean the Commons can find treatment is just an excuse? You know about that? No wonder you haven't gotten much sleep recently. I just wanted to help treat Arcos. After all, I still owed the Commandant. But it didn't take me long to realize it wasn't that simple. Grey Raven still doesn't know the whole story. If they did, they would rather have their memories checked and let Arcos be charged. Therein lies the problem. Lucia, being close to Arcos, also lost consciousness towards the end, so there isn't any proof to exonerate her. Unless someone can find the target's whereabouts, you're going to be monitored indefinitely and prohibited from performing missions. Besides Arcos, who else would know about Luna's whereabouts? At least this means Luna isn't in Babylonia. That reminds me, Haskins looks like he had something weighing on his mind this morning. There have been some other oddities as well. I think that Kami wants to question Wansi. Chrome sticks his hand out to end the conversation. This is not the place for chit-chat. Our top priority is the mission, save before we're back in Babylonia. Roger. Grey Raven. Still, that's ominous. So first off, we drops the lore bomb, then, hey! All the Grey Raven constructs are technically Ascendant material. And then there's the bomb of oh hey, Lucia could potentially become the Ascendant if she has the same potential as Alpha. I mean, an agent. And then the punishing virus, what appears to be the will of the Ascension Network itself, is directly taking an interest in me. I'm sure this means nothing bad at all. Hopefully. Ray Raven. So that's why they weren't on this mission. Varkos knows about what happened to Luna. Babylonia is using monitoring as a cover to protect the Covenant. If not, are you choosing to trust humans? Alpha is silent for a moment. I just don't want to ignore a possibility. Varkos really doesn't know what happened to Luna, and this was planned by the humans. Covenant who connected to agents will only endanger Ascendants and agents. As long as Arcos, Lucia, and the Grey Ruins are filled with Babylonia, Luna won't be safe from the future plans. Very two important notes. Very two notes I'm going to point out here. First, she's including Lucia from the Grey Ravens because agent potential, because implied agent potential is going to be my guess. And then you see her excluding me. I am very worried for my safety in future arcs. But when you question Lucia in the mind, then you hold on to a faint hope that she can provide another possible path to Luna. Hope. Those words were just a reminder not to be so naive. Whether or not she's ever thought about this is not an issue. She will never allow Luna to coexist. But you believe she will save Luna. Because I know myself, and I'd never stand on the silence even if I didn't remember Luna. At the very least, I tried to make contact once. Besides, Grey Raven's mission was to destroy the polyphage. If they hadn't pulled Luna out, they wouldn't have been able to complete their mission. Raikok's boss starts talking again and the noise falls silent once more. Looks like those carefree fellows have found the right passage. Do you want to help them? There are places in the sewers I've never been to. I could wait for them to draw Cinderella and Mooney got attention and sneak in. Besides, if they return alive, Babylonia will know what's happening here. Babylonia will turn their attention to him, making it more convenient for me to take action. Alpha dashes into the pervasive smoke, and her last sentence is lost in the wind. See ya? No matter what choice Arcos makes or what the Covenant has to face, you'll be pushed and suffer until you're standing on the starting point. Damn, bitch is fatalistic as fuck. What time is it right now? 11:28, we're, almost 2.5 hours in. Wrong button. 38%. 38%, okay. Meet again. Roland, I know what you're going to say. I never brought it up because this wish will never come true. Alpha leaps into the fumes and darts into the distance. Those in distance also notice the movement, quickly darting into sewers to avoid any contact with them. Based on my last exploration, when I was tunnel leads to Cinderella this cultivation pod, deliver us a pit that drops to the lower level. She races her katana and dashes in the direction of the pit that comes upon a sturdy lock. How annoying. She slashes the rope open, and a crack is just large enough for one person appears. Give me a hand. Grabs the fist-shaped head of a creature floating around her and leaves into the narrow passage below. Huh, they're pretty useful after all. So let's go, and the fist-shaped head of creatures may slowly make their way into the passage, get stuck in the crack because they try to get out at the same time, thrashing their tails. Now, there are two places I haven't searched yet. Alpha walks briskly towards her target. Is this? In front of her is a medium-sized reservoir. The red tide surges within, forming a large vortex. This enters a mechanical apparatus, pumping the red tide through the sewer pipes like a heart. Is this the transport cord, the red tide? So where it's being transported to, Alpha has a rough idea. It's being sent there. While exploring the sewer, she found a strange room filled with plants. Looking on the room, Alpha noticed that there was a hidden passage under a red tree. She wants to head down for a look, but Cinderella saw an appearance threw a wrench in her plans. Dusty is not sure if she's scrounged almost entirely the area, with only the hidden room remaining unexplored. It looks like that's the most suspicious place. But I'd better do a thorough search of this place before leaving. Alpha frowns, looking for a strange area from which to dive into the red tide vortex. Oh! Alpha hears a familiar voice from behind and turns around, trying to make out the shadowy figure blending into the darkness. Roland? Alpha cautiously walks towards the darkness to confirm her suspicion. Don't come any closer. His voice trembles slightly, and his voice module says traces the damage. I look horrible right now. Don't want to startle my audience, you know? Oh, buddy, oh pal, what did he do to you? What are you doing here? What else? I'm here for the same purpose as you. You're also looking for Luna? That's right. To tell you the truth, I just came from below. No luck either, eh? I've searched every nook and cranny, and but never done some hazardous items. There's nothing else down there. It seems that Luna is not here, but whether this is good or bad news is hard to say. The two fall silent amidst the sound of running water in the background. You are still alive. Does that mean you've dealt with Gabriel's backup? Of course. Did you see Luna? Fortunately, it took everything I had to defeat her. Don't give me that look. Even Luna had trouble dealing with that. Roland laughs awkwardly with his damaged voice module. Even Luna found it hard. How could you possibly handle it? Roland, I used to suspect that you've been hiding your true strength. Even if I in the mind I suspected that, why were you able to hold off the Grey Ravens? You don't have to be on guard against me. It's only because I've grown. I'm no longer the same as before. I've been hiding my true strength, but it's Babylonia I'm hiding it from. If I started my true power from the very beginning, that would have changed the tactics they used against me, no? The reason I was able to deal with someone that even Luna had trouble dealing with is easy. I watched her grow up. I'm familiar with her battle tactics. Gabriel was proud of the sisters she trained because they would be able to replicate the enemy's attack. But a replica is only an imitation after all, and she wasn't able to differentiate a good move from a bad one. During the Golden Age, there was a joke about how to prevent kitties from learning to open a door. The reason I was able to defeat her was easy. It was just as what the joke implied. Using meaningless battle tactics to mislead the opponent? That's a little more cunning than that. For that, I had to thank you. I prepared a disguise in advance to mislead her into thinking that the wounds you gave me were self-inflicted during battle to strengthen myself. She was skeptical at first, but once I cut off my left arm, she finally started to imitate my behavior. Most people have a hard time defeating learning machines, especially one that can quickly surpass the original. Well, unless he has a terrible teacher like me, that is. Roland's voice is almost drowned out by the churning of the red tide. He gives a dry laugh and pauses for that, as if his stamina can no longer support the chit-chat and laughter like before. As for the connection between you and Lucy and the mine, or that battle between the Grey Ravens and me, it wasn't actually a real battle. After our talk, I temporarily retreated and prepared a little gift to lay them and stood on the sidelines, waiting. I had planned to use it to lay you, but at least it came in handy. Where will you go next? Please allow me to keep that to myself for now. Oh, fine then. She turns around, her back to the shadow standing behind the machine, and starts to walk out. Hold on. Alpha stops, but does not turn back. Luna's disappearance is related to Lucia at all. Will you keep on searching for her? Luna has always yearned for... Roland, I know what you want to say. Even if Luna wavers in her responsibilities to Aspect and lose sight of what she wants, I'll still know what it is she wishes for. I've never brought it up because this wish will never come true. We are her ascendants, and we can't place our hopes in Babylonia, nor can we on Luna and her commandant who we know nothing about. Unless the Grey Ravens have changed their position. I know what happened in the Arctic was the last straw for her. To get to that goal, we need time to prepare. Roland seems to have been murmuring something behind the scene, but his words were swallowed up by the whirling vortex. This base has been destroyed, and there's still a team from Babylonia on the upper level. They should have encountered the other agent by now. It is now up to him to settle the score for the clearly conflicts with the humans. I'll also be able to get out of this mess and continue my search for Luna. In any case, the heap of problems that was piling up collapsed during this battle. When the remaining issues have been resolved, I shall take Luna away to fulfill her true desire. Tough you have learned things you shouldn't have, we still have a chance to fix this because of you. Is this your way of saying thank you? Take it as you will. How heartless. I searched for the steward. Are you still planning to look for Luna here? I have some unfinished business. In that case, good luck. Hasta luego. Spanish fucker. Crossing paths. Bidding Roland farewell, Alpha returns to the upper level to where she came in from. Walking in the direction she guessed ahead, and she steps into a wrecked greenhouse. It wasn't just Cinderella they encountered. She looks around, judging by the indicators. A destructive ball must have taken place here. This could not have been the work of that petite girl. Her assessment stemmed not from her understanding of Cinderella's battle style, but her character. There's no way the girl would have allowed the secrets hidden here to be destroyed in a battle. Looks like they're no longer here. Stepping over the debris covering the ground, Alf prepares to leave the greenhouse. Prepares to leave the greenhouse when she feels a menacing aura from behind. She stops and grips the hilt of her katana, indicating that the person should show themselves. Good observation. Only got. It's been a while. It's only been a few days. You've been lingering around here for quite some time. Is there something you can't let go of? Because of Luna, I can promise you she's not here. But if it's Gabriel you're after, I have no interest in a piece of trash and needs to depend on asking it. Oh? Hearing this, Intrix pikes into your praises, Alpha, who stands before him. He quickly finds what he's looking for and nods in satisfaction. Looks like you've received an invitation from Asnet. You're not going to accept it? Coming an agent will grant you the blessings of Asnet, which will make your road ahead a lot smoother. It's not just Flatnet blessings, Asnet also gets you into deep trouble. If you're out of your trouble, why not just drop everything and disconnect from Asnet? You of all people should know that once you connect to Asnet, there's no way to disconnect on your own. But I hear you've received some interesting data. If you're referring to the thing Shom left behind, it's also incomplete. What a shame. I searched that in the hope that you'd be able to use it to stay out of trouble. All I need is to stay away from additional trouble. My link to Asna is also my link to Luna. So long as I am an Ascendant, I'll know she's still alive and safe somewhere. What a solid bond. To think that kinship can obstruct progress to such an extent. I mean, if emotions are what power is sent in the Ascension Network, why can't it draw power from love? It can draw power from hate, so why can't it draw power from love? Since you're all set on finding Luna, why do you stay behind and let those Babylonian rats in? Why ask when you already know the answer to that? I was hoping you'd give me a different answer. A mocking expression, he walks towards the other end of the greenhouse. More feet is required to grow the red hide. I'll take this as a token of your kindness. Oh yes, and while you have no interest in Gabriel, the reverse isn't true. I've already repaired his frame. He's left his node to the red tide being the Cinderella. Do you want to end your conflict once and for all here? Alpha, Alpha survives the old haunts he's about to say goodbye to while waiting for Gabriel to arrive. Oh my god, the two are really just going to have just a duel. In this familiar environment, her thoughts take her back to the past. The military posts have been destroyed, but their plan is still in motion. This proves that the real base is hidden somewhere else. I found an underground laboratory in the Architect, but the research there has nothing to do with the Ascendants. It's mostly an accumulation of past research. I'm quite interested in Anne Maria. Can I have her? Go ahead, and see if there are any clues we missed while you're at it. No, as long as our people are safe and high above in paradise, they will continue to send their pawns down. No matter how many times their base is destroyed, their plans will never cease. We can see Luna's decision for deciding to blow up Babylonia. However, when you continue investigating, perhaps we take down the root cause, Babylonia. The girl looks down at the people below her seat, her usual peaceful gaze now burning with fury, her rage crawls within the mind, hiding the traces of pain. Not only will this solve a long-standing problem, we'll also get more candidates for the filtering. For all, most of the seeds are in Babylonia. Ominous. While this isn't a bloody battle, Night the Hawks was taken from Kalung, Alpha finds Luna alone in the ruins. Why did you have me let Lucia go? She is powerless and will only be used by others again. Why not just let me kill her right there and then? If they use data take for me to improve Lucia's frame, the odds against us will be greater. I told you the reason, but there's a part you haven't mentioned. I could say the same of you. When I wanted to make her an Ascendant, you made the same face. It's for one reason alone that I stopped you from killing her. I don't want to see you regret it. What did you say? Maybe you haven't realized yourself, sister, but you do hold just a little bit of anticipation. Anticipation? Perhaps you'd like to see how far your other self, who's remained resolute in her path, can go. Taking a road you've never taken on your behalf. The girl floats above the barren land, gazing up at the sky high above with a slightly bitter smile on her face. That's why you didn't want to see her turn to a descendant. But, let's learn the truth one day and undergo the filtering. What will you do, sister? Contemplating the question Luna left her, Alpha's attention is diverted by Gabriel's footsteps in the distance. Hi, fuckface! Two silently face each other, unsafety weapons and tighten their grip. Let's end it here, Gabriel. Phony gut has bestowed me with new strength, Alpha. I've surpassed my previous limits. If you're willing to serve the Ascension Network again, I'll consider letting you leave for old time's sake. But Alpha sneers at Gabriel's attempts to persuade her. Is rambling a side effect of this power you speak of? Since you're not in the mood to negotiate, show me what you've got. I love how much of a snarky little shit the Lucius can be. I love it too. Grey Raven Lucius to Starkmar. It's cute. Anyways, I'm going to take that book from your cooling corpse, fuckface.
Too slow. Lose yourself in the abyss.
Okay, this is pre-Leap Alpha, so I don't have all the special stuff. Let me show you the power he gave me. Feast! Final struggle. Out, paint.
Lose yourself in the abyss. Weak.
Really, Gabriel? Is that all you got, buddy? I just kicked your ass like it was nothing. You only got one hit in. When could Alpha teleport? Sword beams. Oh great, he fucked off. Over halfway there. Martyrs. Give me a second, I have signies to grab. Okay, 14-8. Martyrs. Gabriel, you're not escaping this time. I know you were here. Gabriel is making his way forward with the Dark Sewers, heavily injured. You relied too much on Asnet and forgot the most important aspect of combat. She was blasted through the tunnel, heading toward him. You may be strong, but it all counts for nothing if you can't hit your target. No, you were heading back to the agent to beg for his help. Alpha draws her katana and cold glint dances along the length of the blade, reflecting the glistening light. I won't let you escape again. How foolish. With some difficulty, Gabriel uses his cane to prop himself up. Humans' indestructible behavior have always been the bane of our existence. If we do not return to the great power of the Ascension Network for help, how would the world be saved? I think she's saying you have a skill issue, buddy. The purpose of the filtering is to allow for qualified seeds. Live on, but you devoured them to steal their power for yourself. She does not wait for a response, and flashes over to Gabriel and brings her blade down on his cane, sending sparks flying that reflect in Alpha's eyes like angry embers. Alpha, I thought that you of all people would understand the value of the polyphage. Gabriel draws the plastic fires from the red tide below into his hand, instantly boosting his strength. Before his cane can break off the katana, he hurriedly retreats out of range. Only with absolute power can we eradicate humans and protect ourselves against their despicable actions. Alpha tightens the hilt of her katana with both hands and thrusts at Gabriel at lightning speed. Just as Gabriel is about to retaliate, she abruptly changes her position and drives her blade sideways to the back of his shoulder. Ah! The blade damaged the body he is so proud of, but no liquid flows from the metal. Gabriel staggers, and swings his cane in Alpha's direction with his working arm. The weapons clash again, and Alpha's first three strikes are quickly Blocked by the katana. Just before Alpha can deliver his final pulverizing swing, however, Alpha flashes out of range. Haven't you learned your lesson from what happened in the Arctic? Only those with sufficient power have the right to forge the world tomorrow. But there is absolutely nothing in your world tomorrow. That is such a cold line. Alpha responds as he stabs Gabriel chest on the right. He quickly flies up, avoiding the attack, but the low ceiling limits his movement. The main reason Luna wants to remove the filtering board is because he believes it's the only way to preserve the lives of at least some people. When the filtering is complete, the weak will be corrupted by the punishing virus, while the Ascendants will bring a new beginning to the world. Though if I have no interest in the filtering nor in Asnet, I support the future C's chosen. In you, you're just a lunatic who claims to serve Asnet in the filtering, but really just wants to consolidate power for himself. How are you any different from the humans? She sees her katana and strives towards Gabriel, concentrating all her energy into the tip of her blade. If we get more power from the Ascension Network, humans will have no choice but to surrender. To reach this goal, any sacrifice is worth it. This spot with an unsatiable craving for power has but one end: to be torn apart by those under your thumb. I'll say this again. The road you've chosen has but one ending. Absolutely nothing. Seems we can't come to a consensus. Well then, give me everything you've got. That was a damn good line from Alpha, 10 out of 10. This is how I loathe your ridiculous feelings. You too wish to deny my ideals and aspirations. Red circuits through Gabriel's body, turning his wings a blood red. She hovers, each flap of his wings causes the unstable wings around him to tremble. I stake everything on my burning ambition. The red light bursts outwards, causing the turning walls to collapse into smoke. Lapse into smoke and harsh light. It's difficult to dodge devastating moves to the compound of narrow space, so there's only one possible ending. Gabriel looks down at the dust and smoke, thinking of what someone told him. I'll prove with my actions that you were wrong. Just as he's about to turn to leave, a multiple of simmering blade-like beams burst forth from where Gabriel's attacks were concentrated, shooting toward the floating angel from high above. High above, not high from. The beams tear through him, sending him plummeting. Bitch, she's got protagonist energy. You can't kill her. Oh! Damn! Once the dust settles, Alpha finds Gabriel's remains among the destroyed walls. Damn, she looks so cool. The mechanical parts lie beneath the pale white light, the energy not yet dissipated causing the twitch among the rubble. The word immortality that was carved on his body was torn apart by the blade beam, whispering its master's unfinished ambition. Those memories of the past very deep and never talked about, those long-held aspirations produced unspoken feelings, have all died together with the unknown origins of his name. The remnant of once an angel struggles in his death throes, forcing his last hoarse words with the damaged voice module. Not long before filtering Shoonborn, but he did not even finish his last words before using up his last bit of energy and returns to a deathly stillness. Alpha does not say anything and leaves for her next destination. I need to screenshot this. Her silvery hair flutters in the wind, revealing the team insignia that is usually obscured by her long hair and rarely noticed. Filtering the asset innocent is meant to be accompanied by blood and battle. The path Gabriel has chosen ultimately led to his funeral. Did he fall victim to his own beliefs on the path he chose? Farewell, you crazy martyr. Breeze washed through the sewers, lifting the hem of Alpha's outfit. The darkness gradually envelops her figure. While no one may know from whence the wind blows or where it is headed, there will always be traces of what existed here. The Alpha has disappeared into the distance. A golden-eyed girl quietly hugs the head that once stored Gabriel's memory. Go to fight. There needs to be uncertainty in the world for it to be interesting, isn't that so? That is the information Alpha course at the hiding mermaid by pressing her tonic into her throat, the night before the final plan was to be executed. At the same time, Luna learns the place in the experimental high-energy antenna cluster. Lamia, returning from the Arctic, shares the same fact to Oxided. Project Winter, this name again. Yes, everything related to the planet has been transported to the depths of the laboratory. Looks like it exactly how you said it would be, Huaxia. The Project Winter is the reason the antenna cluster is in the laboratory. She transfers the nameless she has just received to Huaxia. So, if this nuclear from Lamia, can you give me some more information? Checking. Related. Records. Beep 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 beep. Complete. The relevant personnel record has been found. A search has returned the target's activity records. Cut to the chase. The information is consistent with the individual named Lamia. Copland remains active and is organizing the transfer of items to the underground laboratory. Based on the contents of the seed mentioned on the target, it is presumed that they are seeking information on other deceased individuals from the address in Babylonia. These include your previously searched queries of Ran Nanand as well as Revenge and Hero. Lamia, don't tell anyone about this. Are you going alone? Yes. Let them think I went to pick something up. Forgive me for saying this, but they will get suspicious. In that case, let them stay there with their questions. Why do you have to go alone? I don't want to create new problems. You still have a lot of plans for that area, don't you? Besides, there's no need for my sister to know what comes after the plan. She lowers her head, ruminating the consequences keeping her mouth open. Given her way of doing things, she won't let me go to the Arctic alone either, will you see? In that case, let her intercept the forest guards. After the Battle of Kaloon, she definitely has questions for Rosetta. You seem irritated. But stupid things as always. You shouldn't be making that expression. Does it have to do anything with what Huaxu showed you? Sister? Yes? The Institute brought back some memories from my past. Alpha remained silently for a moment. Obviously, she knows what Luna meant by her past. The underground laboratory is used to imprison Maria. It is an expression of their desire and arrogance, just like the military post. But unlike the military post, this debt is owed by the ARU. When Maria fell into a deep slumber, the ARU should have gone to the forest guards. The Ascendants need not have intervened, and that military post was destroyed for combat by Alpha when Alpha broke free. Salami's intervention in the plan against the Ascendants was no longer feasible, and the parties ceased their cooperation. At least that was what was assumed to have happened then. It's now in ruins. I understand why you feel this way, but that wasn't the smartest course of action. You don't need to worry about me, sister. No one can take the power of Asnet. Not as one person, not as a group. I wouldn't say it the obvious. Destroying that institute can't change the past. It would only affect your mood. Do you want to do something for them? I only did what I wanted to do. Luna hovers next to her sister and gazes off the ruins in the distance. I'm not interested in seeking justice for those sinners. I'm only interested in uprooting the disgusting things that I hate. No matter if my actions benefit others, they will never thank me. But I never sought humanity's gratitude. I only do what I want to do, and that's all I'll ever do. She smiles fleetingly. Disgusting things. Alpha only knew what was going on exactly once she got the news from Lamia. I always seem to make interferences based on how you used to think as a child. That's me being arrogant. Alpha opens her eyes, deciding to do a sweep at the greenhouse just to be sure before leaving. Since she emerges the noise, she is often pulled into her memories. The voices seem to be trying to evoke a certain emotion by blazing from her mind. Just as she's about to head to the greenhouse, he sees Cinderella walking over, tugging the room into a familiar mechanoid. That's Gabriel's question popped in Alpha's mind. The girl has the ability to create hetero creatures. Can she use that to revive Gabriel? No, that's impossible. Even if she forces a new body form, there's no way Gabriel would return as good as new. So why is Cinderella recycling his head? Multiple possibilities flashed off his head, but none of them were plausible. In order to call the unease he's feeling, Alpha follows Cinderella. Stop her! Just as Cinderella stops singing, Alpha hears a familiar voice on the other side of the door. It's that Covenant. The Grey Ravens are here too. The Grey Ravens are currently the main target, so Alpha sees no need to clash with them. Instead, she flattens herself against the wall and hides distance away in the shadows. Now you have a chance to ask and find out if the Covenant knows what happened to Luna. Pondering the noise suggestion, the surrounding area starts to shake violently and rocks are even falling from the ceiling. An earthquake? Now it looks like the shaking is coming from the greenhouse. Could it be Cinderella? She gazes in the direction of the greenhouse, remembering the behemoth sleeping above. Upon sensing his presence, Alpha's mind receives an encrypted message from Asnet. It's like a whisper in her ear, speaking a language that only she understands, making it clear the future it will bring. If it kills the Grey Ravens, things would go back to what they were before. She wants to stop them, but she senses that they might be stronger than she gives them credit for. While watching, she notices a dark figure emerging. Phoning up. She needs to notice something. Before stepping to the greenhouse, he looks back where Alpha is hiding. A brief moment of silence passes, and Alpha steps out of the Shadows and heads towards the greenhouse. You wish to help them? I need those who know the truth to survive. Which truth? Whether it's about Monica or her frame, it'll all be in my favor. The former will result in humanity's sphere being pointed somewhere else. The latter will rattle the Grey Ravens. What do you expect them to do? I need a seed that can break this deadlock. There needs to be uncertainty in the world for it to be interesting, isn't that so? Alpha, what are you planning? Alpha follows the footsteps of the group and comes along a wide platform outside. Vonnegut's unique oppressive voice booms from the platform. Welcome, everyone is probably worried about what my next step will be, right? To be honest, my purpose hasn't been clear at all along, and that's to advance the filtering. As such, I always welcome new blood. But even if I issue an invitation now, there will only be one answer. I hope to tell you all about our aspirations and ideals so that you understand the importance of asking and the filtering. But when you are in a group, it's easy to buy into the illusion that you have a fighting chance. No matter what I say at this moment, you will listen, so... Vonnegut raises his index finger like a gun, index finger and thumb like a gun, and takes aim at the group. Bang! As he makes a sound, razor lights, almost invisible to the naked eye, fire from behind them. His control over Aston's power is very precise. When I take such an unexpected attack, Alpha refrains from being involved for now and observes Vonnegut's battle style. Covenant! Lucia senses Ray behind her, but does not try to dodge. Instead, she rushes towards me, while blocking the attack and the others with her blade. She's still so naive, but her senses have sharpened. He may remain unscathed on Lucia's protection, but she's not fast enough to block the final strike. Lucia! She staggers behind, clutching her wounds. Red of vital fluid leaks from her right shoulder. The wound is deep, enough the internal structure is undamaged. She raises her head and looks around. Besides herself, everyone else has more or less taken some damage from the unexpected attack. Wansi, I'll leave it to you. The contract you call Wansi hurries over to Lucia's side. It's okay, I can still fight. Do you want to turn off the pain module? There's no need to risk mind deviation of only this level of pain. You can try all you want, but I still have lots of tricks up my sleeve. I can keep this up until you decide to obey me. Are you going to go back on your agreement with Chrome? No, but I only agreed not to kill you. I didn't promise anything else. Didn't the comment over there to let 2 flies go as well? You mean Arena and Percy? Vonnegut gives a non-committal smile. It doesn't matter, I have no use for the weak. I won't even waste my time on them. But as for you... Tufty continued watching the Dawn in silence, giving her style of doing things she will be handing over technical deployment to you. An ignorant human, no less. Alpha strides over to the group. Night gathers! Hell yeah! We get to see the Lucias fight together. Why are you helping? Lucia quietly asks Alpha while keeping her eye on the agent in front of her. I don't owe you any answers. Arcos, Alpha looks over as if she has something to say. Do you know where Luna went after the polyphagers eradicated? I don't. This fucking question again, I don't. Really? Alpha stares straight into your eyes as if she's trying to see if you're lying. Last thing you remember was a brilliant light emanating from the polyphagus core and the concentration in the PV in the area suddenly skyrocketing. We were about to retreat Lucille when the upper level collapses. You wake up, virus levels have plummeted, and someone should move blood was holding you down. And Huaxu is gone. Meets her intimidating gaze. I will kiss you one day. After a brief moment of silence, he shifts her focus to Vonnegut. Oh, not going to talk anymore? Perhaps this human has more information to share. This piques my interest. Don't worry, I won't interrupt your conversation. Hearing this, Alpha snorts disdainfully. As long as you're on the task force, they won't know the truth. But I've recovered my memory. And what? Other than that memory, what else? Lucia falls silent. Alpha's words pique her curiosity, but she is hesitant whether to keep on asking questions with the agent in front of her. When facing an enemy one knows nothing about, rushing into combat is nothing short of a reckless act. To buy some time for Chrome in the greenhouse above you, you try to drag it out. Other than that memory, what else? Lucia didn't tell you? What are you talking about? Looks like all you did was find your memories. You don't really know what happened then. What really happened? Weren't you ever curious about who told Revenge that Covenants could connect to Ascendants? And which Ascendant he connected to? Alpha deliberately enunciate every syllable of Ascendant. Ascendant. Keeping her eyes fixed on the agent in front of her. Was it his subordinate? Not so dumb after all. She hesitates slightly, then decides to ask the question that's been bugging her. Have you heard of Project Winter? How do you know? Investigation? Lucia's tight-lipped, offering nothing more than those two words. I don't really know much about it. It's good to see the two Lucias getting along and not stabbing each other. Not stabbing each other. This is really nice to see. This is good. I don't really know much about it. Only that it's research that relates to descendants. Based on the intelligence I got, it might have started from the incident with Revenge. Any worsening of Arcos' circumstances is likely connected to this plan. I say this because their men are looking for a commandant who can help them advance it. Alpha, why did you come here to help? And why did you tell me about this? I hate it when people repeat the same mistakes, and I don't want to see myself doing this so either. That's a very different way than thinking than before. Oh, my way of thinking never changed, it's you who's changed. Don't you feel it, Lucia? You used to be completely ignorant, living in blissfully in paradise, but now, you're on the starting point. Most people have no idea what that means, but Lucia frowns upon hearing those words. I don't want to repeat the same mistakes. If there come a day when you step into the abyss, don't do it because you were betrayed. Talking about what's happening to the Commandant, rest assured I'll do everything in my power to stop it. That's just a single issue. Hatred doesn't build up overnight. Alpha falls silent for a moment. She still thinks of what Luna told her. Lucia, I used to think of you only as a chess piece left over from conspiracy. Piece of data that was previously deceived and had no reason to exist. That's why I've wanted to get rid of you since we've met. At the same time, you've shown me new possibilities. You are no longer as confused and as weak as before. You're your own person, and even with left, you're very similar to me. I'll no longer see you as unwanted data. Show me how long you can struggle for. I will never walk the same path as you. Oh? Then do your best to flee from the clutches of the abyss before that day comes. And now, Alpha steps forward, grabbing the holder of Kana at the same time as Vonnegut grabs hers. Together, they point their blades at Vonnegut. Oh, the girls are getting together. Oh, this is so cute. Aren't you going to tell her about the Arctic incident? Some words are more believable if they come from the mouth of another. Makes sense. Bring it on, then. Battle, which is supposed to take place, lasts 3 minutes. During this time, Vonnegut unleashes a never-ending barrage of unexpected attacks. Practically everyone has sustained injuries except Alpha, who's familiar with Vonnegut. For some reason or another, the agent seems to have avoided fatally injuring the team. Like a cat toying with its prey, he takes joy in relentlessly striking them. But even Alpha is not able to really hit Vonnegut, and all our attacks bounce off of him. His defense is such a pain. Be a man and stop turtling. Combat involves defense as well. What right do you have to taunt me if you aren't even skilled enough to get close? And why are you always protecting that Commandant in the middle? He takes leisurely steps in that direction. So that's it. You're like the Crystal Pyramid. You unleash your strength, causing them to quickly fade. That's not what the Commandant does. Say what you like. I'm growing bored of this. He puts his hands behind his back and a sardonic smile appears upon his lips. The captain who changed his frame hasn't returned yet. Could he have been eaten by the hetero hive mother? I believe in him. Ugh! Ragged cry comes from the other side of the wall. Congrats! Looks like you put your faith in the right person after all. He slowly applauds them. I'll hold up my end of the bargain. You're free to leave. There's something I have to do to erase and traces of vital information. The light in his clenched fist turns into grains of sand that slip through his fingers. When it falls to the ground, the PV concentration rises quickly along with the earthquake. The place is about to collapse. Retreat. The team covers each other while making for the exit. Get the Commandant out of here. A bond can be a troublesome thing sometimes, can it not? He smiles as he raises his hand, and the surging punishing virus binds those trying to protect him. Just as the team moves to respond to Vonnegut's attack, a huge stone slab falls from above. There's a small gap, but it blocks a fragile human body from moving. Commandant! Alpha. Oh no. His attack's coming on us. We can't go over it or hit Commandant. Divert the attacks. Good observational skills. But will that do you any good? Thunderous crack comes from above, and the walls start to collapse again. Commandant! Lucia leaps into the air, smashing one pulling stone slab after another, while using the rocks to block the path of lightning. Over here! Under Alpha's onslaught, cracks start to appear in Vonnegut's force field, but they quickly close up. Okay, so it can be overwhelmed. Lucia quickly swoops down to assist, and her successive attacks finally breach the impenetrable light screen by tearing it apart before it can be repaired. Interesting! How interesting it is to see you struggle. If you want to save the Covenant, come at me, all of you. You just want us to stay away and continue fighting. If you're worried about the collapsing arena, I don't mind moving our battle somewhere safe. Then let's go! The Fury Kame's voice gets everyone to evacuate the area. Just as Lucia is about to raise her katana once more, Alpha snaps his fingers at Alpha. But before we begin, I have to remove the outsider. And instantly, myriad noises undulate Alpha's mind. Look where you stand, Alpha. Oh no. Oh no, Alpha's getting sand damage.
Look into my eyes and fall into the abyss.
Is this a forced deep diving? Be careful where you stand, Alpha. They were killed once more. Enemies, never-ending fights. You need to accept the power of the agent. Hi, Past Lucia. I see you're getting into shit. I said I don't care.
Lose yourself in the abyss.
Ow, pain.
Too slow.
Mutualazan, did you really get over it? Hey, Alpha fighting constructs. Maybe we should tell Lucia what happened. She's not ready to step into the abyss. Ow!
This is getting interesting.
I am extremely low. This is the first time this has happened in a while. Too used to having healers. It's not wise to resist a favor given by the Asnet. The favor is not only a favor.
The flames of the abyss will end it all.
Almost there. God damn it, Fissies. Let me conduct a hands-on experiment.
This is getting interesting.
The mind has cracked. Hello, hello, get the fuck out. Stay here. No, fuck you. You do not have the right to order me. Are you sure? But before you make the right decision, I can guarantee that you will not be able to escape the tangle of noises. Ah, that's a lot of them. If I can't escape, I'll cut my way out.
Too slow.
Infinite Blade, Infinite Blade, Infinite Blade, let's go. Oh, so they're survivors.
Finally, this is getting interesting.
You destroy all the noises of the memories. All that awaits you will just be an endless hollow of eternity.
The flames of the abyss will end.
Uh-oh, Alpha's using her ultimate. Oh, are you trying to leave here even at the expense of destroying your mind? I respect that.
How is that? Had enough.
I love when it keeps trying to do philosophy shit and Alpha's going, fuck you, I cut you. The multitude of noises disappear and Alpha opens her eyes while the surroundings of her area shakes violently. Just as he suspected, the dark figure standing a distance away, effortlessly doing battle. Phony gut! Not bad, my respect for you is growing. Compared to those on-screen seeds, I'm more interested in one who has the qualifications to become an agent. Agent Alpha, could it be? I have no interest in that. Such a pity. A simple flick of his left hand in direction, an invisible force surged like a wave against the group. Alpha unseats her katana and brief charges before slicing the invisible threat in two. The blade beams continue on towards Onaga, but they are stimulated by his force field. Can you see it, or simply a fighter's intuition of danger? Her attack has torn the waves apart and divorced the trajectory, leaving the ground charred. Onaga ambles towards Alpha and red PV currents flowing gather around him. Alpha feels her strength, quickly being sapped. Never thought you stooped to such despicable methods. Alpha scowls, continuously swinging her katana to block the projectiles coming from all directions, before ceasing to charge it. Just as he draws the blade to stab Onaga at lightning speed, he catches it, holding it firmly in her hand. You caught a blade with your bare hands, but on closer inspection, there's a tiny gap between the blade and his hand. No, it's just another use of the force field. Good analysis this time. He unleashes the lightning in close proximity. Watch out! Defensive formation! Will that really help? The red beams exploded, and while the group's last minute defensive formation was able to temporarily hold off his attack, the blast causes the floor beneath their feet to collapse. No! The floor plummets to the lower area, where they hear a gentle sigh from a woman nearby. Oh, this is an unexpected meeting, isn't it, Alpha? You are... Finding her balance, Alpha looks in the direction of the voice and sees the woman who introduced herself as the merciful one standing in front of them. Monaga also senses her presence and stops its attacks. Now! Go! The free beat the hasty retreat from the chaos and make for war, Arko says. Merciful one, why are you still here? My apologies, I was gone to the mother in the greenhouse. So I thought I'd stay and watch how she grows. Monaga looks at the merciful one in a rare bout of silence. There's no need to remain here. Taking advantage of Monaga's inaction, Alpha makes for the exit. Monaga sees Alpha leaving and does not try to stop her. The guy in front of him is the only one that requires his full attention. Leaving the collapsing sewers, Alpha returns to the ruins. Leaves the name tags he picked up while escaping near transport craft and turns and leaves the scorched earth behind. Once the dust and smoke from the explosion have settled, a tranquil silence returns to the arena. The gale sweeps the dead shattered debris into its debris and dances through the craters of the devastated land. Dust will one day heal the wounds of the earth and life will begin anew. The transport craft carrying the Grey Raven disappears into the sky. The flow of the setting sun and motorcycle speeds past the refugee camp and off to the horizon. Night is approaching, but never once does he look up at the sky. Yeah, Alpha uses a motorcycle, by the way, so that's just another reason that he's the coolest. Anyway, so that is Imprisoned site completed. The next main story chapter is Last Spark, which is locked behind a side story, and which is locked behind Inscription of Labyrinth, which I think will be what we tackle next time I stream Punishing Grey Raven. It takes a moment to catch my breath. It has been over 3 hours. I am going to end off the stream here now that we've done the hidden chapter. Thank you to everyone who came. I hope you have a good night. I'm going to be staying up after the stream to do my dailies and continue working on putting together thumbnails for a bunch of my channel stuff so I can well, hopefully cite the channel and have it look good for when I cite it for trying to app for VSojo, because I am interested in that. Have a good night, everyone. Rest well, sleep well. Coast out.